It's the 25th anniversary of one of our all-time favorite video game franchises, that being Resident Evil. So in honor of that, we are watching Resident Evil. We're watching it, and you can watch it along with us, so you know what time it is.
Horror, so bad it's scary. Splitting up is never okay. Plot, who needs it? Don't turn on the lights. Cars don't ever start, but that's alright. Running upstairs instead of out the door. Good acting, what do we need that for? Horrible horror, so bad it's scary. Enjoy the show, but not really.
What's up, Moon Goons? Welcome to Horrible Horror, the podcast where we watch the worst of the worst in horror movies. Movies so bad they're scary. I'm your host, Mr. Marshall Hampton. With me on this, we're going to call it a special day because this is kind of a episode that's going to be near and dear to our hearts. Sort of.
Sort of. Yeah.
Sort of.
It's like, wait.
Yeah, I may be going too overboard with that. But anyway, Aaron's here. You just heard the man. Aaron, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. It's a beautiful spring day.
It is gorgeous.
Kind of the trees are blooming. There's cool little flowers growing, so I'm ready to get outside, man.
Yeah, it's going to be so nice to get back outside again soon. But as you heard in the intro, it is the 25th anniversary of our pretty much probably favorite all-time video game franchise.
I agree, absolutely.
Resident Evil. So in honor of that, we are going a watch-along episode of the Resident Evil movie. It's going to be a watch-along episode, and we're going to, this is bittersweet. This is a bittersweet movie for us. It's going to be.
Do you remember when we first saw it?
Oh, of course I do. I'm sure we're going to talk about that in a minute. Let me get through some of the, because that first viewing was an interesting day. So before we get to that, we have a couple things we want to announce. First, we have exciting news. We have a Horrible Horror hotline. That's right. You guys can actually call us and leave us drunk messages of how much you love the show and how much it sucks and how much you hate us. Whatever you want, but you can call and leave us messages. And so another way, if you want to suggest a movie or just tell us we're little bitches, but whatever you want to say, there is now a hotline for it.
Kids, don't ask your parents' permission. Just fucking call.
Just fucking call. It is $2.99 a minute, so.
Oh, I wish.
No, it is. The number is 740-4-SUCK-IT. For layman's terms, that would be 470-478-2548. But you can remember it easily. 470-4-SUCK-IT is our hotline number.
That's pretty funny.
So there's that.
You're thinking it'd like be Moon Goons or something like that. Nope. Suck it.
Suck it. Yeah, a lot of the numbers surprisingly were hard. We couldn't get anything Moon Goon. Couldn't get like HHP or anything. All of these were things. So like, you know what? Fuck it. These movies suck. Suck it. On that, so yeah, we're excited to have that. So feel free to use that to your heart's content.
Yeah, we got that idea from our friend's podcast. Here Comes the Spooky.
Totally ripped them off.
We totally ripped them off.
Totally ripped that off.
Totally ripped them off.
Yeah.
We stole their idea and ran with it, and we're gonna make it better.
Yeah.
You fucks. Try and stop us. Yeah, I'm bucking at the microphone.
Yeah, he is. He's mean mugging that mic. On top of that, we have the results of our first round of the Horrible Horror March Movie Madness Tournament of Awfulness. Would not be a
COVID edition.
Would not be a proper tournament if I didn't stumble over the name of our own tournament at least once.
Right.
So with that said, we'll go through these real quick and we'll knock this out and announce the next round. So first up, we had Halitosis versus How to Make a Monster, and
Halitosis creamed How to Make a Monster.
Halitosis, I figured it would. Halitosis is moving on. All right, next up we had Zombies 2 versus Blood Gnome.
Now this one was a little tighter. Now it's interesting because I am posting this to both Instagram and Facebook.
Right.
And it seems like Instagram people and Facebook people sometimes don't agree. Because this one came really close. And it was heavy for Zombies with Instagram and it was heavy with Blood Gnome for Facebook.
That's interesting.
I know, I thought so too. But the winner is Blood Gnome.
Ah, okay. I can't understand that.
It was close.
It was close.
Very close.
I'm actually surprised it was that close. Cause I don't know how many people have actually seen Blood Gnome. Whereas Zombies 2 probably isn't it's not like it's a fucking Friday the 13th masterpiece, but more people have at least seen that. And Zombies 2 was still crappy, but it was so much better than the first one. I remember that. But Blood Gnome was a unique monster all of itself. So moving on to next match, we have Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, The Initiation, taking on Crack in the Floor. Which one we got here going on, Aaron?
It was a blowout. Crack in the Floor.
Really?
Beat out. I thought the same thing. I was pretty surprised. It was. There's only a handful of votes for Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, and Crack in the Floor just ran away with it.
I mean, Silent Night, Deadly Night 4 sucks, but
really sucks.
But so is Crack in the Floor. But I saw it like. I kind of thought more people would hate Silent Night because it was such a deviation from the actual franchise that has a cult
It
following.
just happened to be during Christmas time.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. That's the only fucking thing.
Yeah.
And Crack in the Floor, maybe there's some Mario Lopez hate.
Maybe.
And I thought maybe Gary Busey would have
Gary
saved
Busey
it.
couldn't save it. No, Gary Busey's insane, maniacal, amazing 2-minute rant about chicken rabies and enemas and shit couldn't save it. All right, so moving on, we have Varsity Blood versus Don't Look in the Cellar.
Yeah, not a lot of votes on this one. I think it's also probably ones that people may not have seen.
I do not doubt that. Don't Look in the Cellar is one of those really indie ones. Yeah.
But I think it came down. Varsity Blood wins
What?
and moves on. Yeah.
What? Holy fuck! Okay, that's gotta come down to that's. Just people not seeing, because I'm sorry, there's no way if you've seen Don't Look in the Cellar that you would think that movie was better than Varsity Blood.
Agreed.
Holy fuck! But Varsity Blood, moving on, I am blown away. So there's our first Cinderella, I guess. I guess that might be considered the Loyola Chicago taking out Illinois in the first round or second round, whatever. All right, so there's a big upset there. All right, next. This one's going to be interesting for me, personally. We have Night of 1,000 Cats taking on Backlot Murders.
This one was funny because you were mentioned quite a bit in this.
Was I?
Our friends over at Games, Brains, and Headbanging Life said, I know Marshall has an affinity for this movie, but fuck him. Cats is worse.
I did see somebody say something about I have an affinity for cats, but I was like, I saw that and I was like, do they mean this movie? Or do they mean like being a cat person? Because if that's the case, you're the cat guy, not me.
Yeah, I mean, I have cats.
Yeah.
Yes. But it was probably in reference to this movie because also our friends at Here Comes the Spooky said, fuck Marshall, cats. So people were coming after you. But it came down to one vote. Wow. This is probably our most voted on as well. And Cats moves on with one vote.
Wow,
just
by one, the buzzer beater.
One vote.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting that it was that close. Because, I mean, it's a bad movie. I will get, but it's so fun to watch, so crazy. But Backlot Murders, this one's a slasher, and it does have, like, a ton of tits in it.
This one got, like, a good, like, people love this one. You know, people were commenting like, "This is my retirement plan. I'm going to have my army of cats. I'm going to seduce men to come." There was one of our female listeners that's saying, "I'm going to seduce men, have them come over, have my army of cats take over them." Other people are really. It is a good one. That's a good thread.
Backlot Murders did have was it Corey Haim was in that one? I think.
Yeah.
Yes, Corey Haim was in that one. All right, moving on. Then we have Doom Asylum versus Jacko.
Jacko takes it
okay.
pretty handily.
I'm not too surprised on that one. I figured Doom Asylum probably has some kind of
cult following.
Yeah,
and honestly, Doom Asylum is a pretty fun movie. Jacko is just I liked it more than I thought I would. I wouldn't say it's a great movie by any means, but I expected it to be a lot worse.
Okay,
but it wasn't as bad as I thought, and it's not because it was good. It was because it was that stupid bad that it made me smile. You know,
I agree with this one. Doom Asylum I was disappointed in, but I think overall I would much rather watch Doom Asylum than Jacko again. Jacko was awful. All right, moving on. We have the horrible Dr. Bones taking on Pickaxe.
Absolute blowout.
I kind of figured where
horrible
this was
Dr. Bones.
Dr. Bones, yeah.
There was only one vote for Pickaxe. Literally one.
Really? Only one? Surprised by that. Horrible Dr. Bones. And I think I know where this one's going too. But lastly, we have Holla If You Hear Me Kill You versus The Legend of the Psychotic Forest Ranger.
Again, massive blowout. Only one vote for Forest Ranger.
Really?
Holla if I hear me kill you moves on.
Did the person who voted even? I wonder if they just like I've never heard that one, so I'm voting for.
Oh
Forest
no!
Ranger.
It was our friend Cincinnati Jeff over at Here Comes the Spooky. He said, "Fuck that Forest Ranger." And I think he was just trying to have, because I mean, the writing was on the wall. I think he was just trying to, throw a bone to the underdog.
He's trolling. He's trolling. All right, so, no real big. Really, the only big upset I see in this one maybe is Cracking the Floor, and then Varsity Blood is by far the biggest one. All right, so that sets up our 2, 4, 6, our Elite 8. Then our epically awful 8 for this year is we'll have Halitosis taking on Blood Gnome. That'll be fun. Cracking the Floor going up against Varsity Blood. We have Night of 1,000 Cats taking on Jacko. And then the horrible Dr. Bones going up against Holla If You Hear Me Kill You.
Our Black History Month movies.
Yeah, our Black History Month.
Man, it's like these two, the horrible Dr. Bones and Holla If You Hear Me Kill You, tally the most votes of anyone else. Any other, like, it was so heavily skewed for both of them. So heavily skewed. So it's kind of curious, kind of interesting to see how it goes.
The two powerhouses.
The two, exactly, yeah.
It's like two number 1 seeds possibly going at it. Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Which one would you, I don't know if I want to sway anyone, but I know which one I would,
Yeah, I will. I'm going to keep my vote. I'm going to keep it to myself till we announce it. Till we get the results, because I don't want to sway anybody either.
Yeah. So, okay, really quick, if it's okay with you, what about the rounds that have already passed, or the matchups that have already passed?
Which one I would have voted for?
Yeah.
Okay, so
matchup one,
Halitosis, How to Make a Monster. I probably would have voted. I mean,
I'd say Halitosis for me.
Halitosis probably.
Yeah.
Like, even though it's stupid and you hated it, but I will say it was different, for sure. And
it's just all the murders were exactly the same.
Yeah,
exactly.
How to Make a Monster is so CGI heavy,
but I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun.
It was, but I'll still say Halitosis would have, at this point, still been a worse movie. I didn't really care for How to Make a Monster, but I will acknowledge that it's probably a slightly better movie. Zombies 2 versus Blood Gnome. That's an interesting one.
This one I had the most trouble with personally.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble with this one too, because Zombies 2 was fun in its own way. But Blood Gnome was such a surprisingly weird, interesting, odd movie that, like, it really, I thought it was going to be one of the worst movies we'd ever seen, but it came out to be surprisingly enjoyable in a weird way. That if I had to pick one to watch again, I might go Blood Gnome on that one. It's tough.
I think I would say Zombies 2 is worse. I would watch Blood Gnome again.
Yeah, see, it's an odd one. Yeah, I'm kind of leaving it down. I think I'd go Blood Gnome, so I would have Zombies 2 move on.
Yeah, so that's one we did not.
Yeah,
agree with our
Night
fans.
4, Cracking the Floor. That's another tough one.
Oh,
I'm
man.
split on that one too. And
To be perfectly honest, fuck Silent Night, Deadly Night 4. I hated that movie.
Yeah, I was. It's so.
Cracking the Floor sucked, but there's Gary Busey, and you know what? I like Mario Lopez.
I mean, at least it had some, it was a kind of slashers. There were actual kills and stuff in it. As bad as it was.
It was horrible.
But Silent Night Deadly 4, it was kind of slow paced.
It was weird.
Other crazy, weird Clint Howard and like. But
yeah, Clint Howard was
bug
a cool.
Scene,
yeah.
like the bug, alien larva bug things like coming out of people, and like, there's some weird shit in there that almost needs to be watched to be seen. But if I had to pick one.
I'm still saying Silent Night Deadly
4. I think I agree. I think say Silent Night Deadly 4 would be. I'd rather watch Cracking the Floor again than Silent Night.
Mm-hmm.
Varsity Blood definitely should be moving on in my opinion.
Agreed.
Varsity Blood, it sucked, but at least there was stuff going on. It wasn't as terrible to watch.
Plus Kevin Caliber.
Yeah. Night of 1,000 Cats versus Backlot Murders. Now, surprisingly, to the contrary to what everybody believes about me, apparently, I don't know if I'd pick 1,000 Cats to move on or if I would pick Backlot Murders.
I would pick on Backlot Murders to move on because Night of 1,000 Cats is ridiculous. And
honestly, I would too. I'm not going to. Yeah. I would too. Backlot has tons of tits, but it's so goddamn formulaic. It just basically, it's like 10 minutes happens, and then you could basically take that exact 10 minutes and just cut and paste, because that's what happens.
Yeah, it's repeated.
One person runs off, goes off, finds some. Okay, well now this person goes off, finds that person, they die. Well, next person goes off, finds that person, they die. Oh, these two people are making out. Let's see some tits. Now these two people are making out. Let's see some tits. It's the exact same thing. Like every 10 minutes, just basically repeats itself with different people.
And again, this matchup was only separated by one vote.
Yeah, and Night of 1,000 Cats is fucking weird. and so strange, but so you gotta watch.
So many booties and side titties.
Side titties and boots and like weird,
awesome, like weird 70s
cameras,
fashion.
Yeah, and weird camera angles and a dude just flying around in helicopters.
I thought the gals were gorgeous.
Some of them were. Some of them were pretty good looking.
Yeah. It's got that 70s style.
I probably would go back a lot more as move on too, because Blind Thoughts is just so unique and weird. Doom Asylum or Jacko? I say Jacko.
I say Jacko too. Doom Asylum was pretty fun.
Actually, these last two I'll make real quick. I agree. I think Dr. Bones should beat out Pickaxe. Pickaxe sucked, but at least it was
a horror movie.
Yeah, stuff was happening. It had a drunk Tiffany Shepis just phoning in, just being actually drunk, I think.
I hope she's a method actor.
Yeah. And then Hollow, If You Hear Me, Killer is
exactly.
Hands down.
Hollow,
I'd rather watch Psychotic Forest Ranger 100 times.
Exactly.
Again, instead of Hollow. So, not too much discrepancy, but there was some in our opinions. But like I said, that's why I like leaving it up to the listener votes. I like seeing this breakdown and how it works out. So, all right, there's that. That's all right. That's all of our house cleaning, basically. Let's move on to this week's actual movie, Resident Evil. Before we get started, like we do the movie itself, we'll go on a little background detail like we always do. The movie was released on March 15th of 2002 into theaters. It's written and directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. He also would go on to write and direct Resident Evil 2, Apocalypse, Resident Evil 3, Extinction, Resident Evil 4, Afterlife, Resident Evil Retribution, and Resident Evil The Final Chapter, along with the new Monster Hunter movie, which is also based on a video game and also stars Mila Jovovich as well.
Someone has a hard-on for her.
Well, they met on this movie and they ended up getting married a year later.
He really does have a hard-on.
So, yeah, he literally has a hard-on for her. He also directed movies The Three Musketeers, Death Race, Alien vs. Predator, the movie adaptation of Mortal Kombat, the first one back in the 90s.
That one wasn't too bad.
And Event Horizon he directed.
Love that movie.
The music was done by composer Marco Beltramo and Marilyn Manson, were the music people in this. Now, this Marco guy, I mean, he has some really big blockbuster or some blockbuster and some just big budget studio release movies. He's done Blade 2, World War Z, I, Robot. He did A Quiet Place 1 and 2. He did the music for the mega hit Fortnite video game. Everybody, if you're a gamer, you know what that is.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking, Fortnite was a movie? Oh,
no,
it was a video game.
The video game. Even though it bombed, he did the 2015 Fantastic Four, Gods of Egypt, The Wolverine. He did the music for Scream 1, 2, 3, and 4. The Thing in 2011, Underworld Evolution, Terminator 3, and Hellboy. Just some of the really big movies he's done. The list goes on and on for him, but those are some of the biggest ones. You can currently find Resident Evil on Amazon and Vudu to stream it. And the cast, there's quite a bit of people in this movie that went on to had pretty solid jobs or careers. We have Indra Ove, who plays Mrs. Black. She's got 54 credits, including an Interview with a Vampire, where she was a New Orleans whore. She's also in The Fifth Element with Mila Jovovich, where she's the VIP stewardess. And she was in Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker, where she was a First Order officer. So some bit parts and some very big movies, though.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting way to make a career.
Yeah.
Just like, I was in this. I was in Fifth Element. Yeah, I was in the Star Wars movie. Yeah, I was in Interview with the Vampire. It's like, oh, really? Yeah, I was Louisiana whore.
Then Matt is played by Eric Mobius. He's got 70 credits. He was Oliver O'Toole in 13 different movies titled Signed, Sealed, Delivered, which I guess are TV movies on like a Hallmark Channel or Lifetime or something. But 13 of these motherfuckers he's been in.
God damn.
He was in Chicago Fire for 7 episodes, 85 episodes of The Ugly Betty Show. He was also in The Crow Salvation, where he played Alex Corvus, which I think might be The Crow, if I remember correct. I don't know.
Is that the one with Eddie Furlong?
I don't know.
No.
I never saw all of them after the first one.
I want to watch. We should do the one with Eddie Furlong. It's gotta suck.
But
it's
even
got
a horror
to
movie?
suck.
Is it just
kind of? It's still. It's like horror adjacent.
horror adjacent? Like goth.
Well, yeah, but he's still someone coming back from the dead, and it's got horror elements.
And he was in Cruel Intentions. Then we have one played by Colin Solomon. 119 credits, including Punisher, Warzone, Alien vs. Predator. He played General Zod in 18 episodes of the TV show Krypton, which somehow I missed that. I don't even remember it. And he was also in Resident Evil Retribution. How? I don't know, because he dies in this one. Spoilers. I guess it's a flashback scene or something. Spence, played by James Purefoy. Now, this was, didn't even know who he was at the time, but I know it now. But he was at 81 credits. He's in Discovery of Witches, and he starred as Joe Carroll in the TV show The Following alongside Kevin Bacon, which I really enjoyed the first season or two of that.
He's also in Rome. He's in a lot of great...
Mark Anthony in the TV series Rome, and he was in A Knight's Tale way back when with Heath Ledger, and so he's been around the block.
I love this actor. Yeah. I think he's fantastic.
I loved him as Joe Carroll.
I did too. He was the only thing that was good about The Following, and it's like
Kevin
Melissa...
Bacon wasn't bad. But
yeah, Melissa and I would watch that, just like we're like both like, what the fuck? I don't know. What are we going to watch? I heard some people like The Following. Let's watch it. And the first 3 episodes were like, it's so bad it's good. Like, we were having so much fun, kind of, like, it was enough that I was like, holy shit! But at the same time, so corny and weird. I just remember the black cop in the first couple episodes. He's the horror and savage Sharon. You're talking this the whole time. And finally, they fucking killed him. I was like, thank God! Couldn't understand a thing he was saying. He's like, come on, let's go. Let's blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what'd he say? And we're just laughing our ass about it. And then Kevin Bacon walks into a room and goes, what's that smell? And my wife's like, bacon!
I enjoyed the first series. I've watched like the whole series because I like once it started, I'm like,
oh, we watched the first one, second one, and third one.
Yeah,
we watched them all.
After that, though, after the first one went, and then Joe, I'm like, okay.
Once they got rid of Joe Carroll in the third season, it's like, what? Why?
It's like, yeah, you get rid of Michael Scott in The Office. What's the point?
Yeah,
like, come on.
He was the glue that kept that whole thing together.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Then we have Rain, played by Michelle Rodriguez. She got famous and really most notable for her role as Letty in the Fast and the Furious franchise, which the first Fast and Furious movie came out like a year before this movie. It was like right before she did this. She was in Avatar. She's in Alita, Battle Angel, Machete Kills. I never knew this, but apparently maybe you can verify this because I know you watched it. She was in 26 episodes of Lost.
Oh yeah,
where she played
Ana Lucia
Cortez.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get that far into the show, I guess, before she entered. She was in Blood Rain, the first one, I guess, where she played Katarine. I don't know. She was also in the movie SWAT, and she's in the newly announced Dungeons and Dragons movie.
You want to talk about the most one-note actress in the fucking world? It's Michelle Rodriguez. God damn, is she just always just a badass bitch?
Badass Latina.
Badass bitch. Badass bitch. Badass. Every single fucking role.
Yeah.
She has no range.
No range.
But if you need a badass bitch,
who's Latina?
She's your bitch.
Yeah.
I say bitch with all due respect.
Was she that in Lost then too?
Yeah, she was a badass in Lost too. Okay. She was a badass. I mean, of course. What do you think? She was not a damsel in distress.
Well, honestly, when it came to Lost, I didn't think anybody in that movie was really that badass when I watched it. So
she played a cop. She played a badass cop.
Okay.
You know who?
How did she fucking wind up on the island then? Because she was not in the first few seasons that I watched. So she wasn't. Was she not on the plane then? Or was she on the plane and she somehow? I landed on this side of the island and I was isolated for so long.
Obviously, you didn't see where the tail of the plane landed, did you, Marshall?
I don't remember. I just don't remember her.
There's the tail end survivors later on.
Oh, okay.
And she was part of the.
So she was the other part of the plane.
Yes.
All right.
Along with the guy who played Adabisi in Oz.
Oh, that guy got a weird name. And he was that black slave shit movie that was so
Amistad,
yeah.
I never saw Amistad.
Yeah, he was in that too. Anyway, so moving on. Then we have Dr. William Birkin, played by Jason Isaacs. This fucker, let me tell you, 140 credits. He's in the Harry Potter franchise, so he's pretty much got it made. He's Lucius Malfoy in that. He was in The Patriot with Mel Gibson. He was in Peter Pan, where he played Captain Hook. He was in Black Hawk Down, which is one of my favorite war movies. That movie's amazing, so good. Where he was Steel. He was in. I wrote these down for our friend Cincinnati Jeff because he probably knows him. He's in Scooby Doo, The Sword and the Scoob. The Sword and the Scoob. He was in the Castlevania Netflix series, where he was voicing the judge. He was in Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance, where he's the Emperor. He was in Star Trek Discovery, where he played Captain Gabriel Lorca. Star Wars Rebels, he did the voice of the Inquisitor and the Sentinel. He was in Justice League Gods and Monsters, where he played Lex Luthor. And he was in Castlevania Lords of Shadows 2, where he voiced Satan himself. He was in Green Lantern Emerald Knights, where he was the voice of Sinestro. And he was in Batman Under the Red Hood as the voice of Azra Ghul. So this guy's got a lot of cool, like, nerd, street cred, and pop culture stuff under his belt, whether it be on-screen acting or voice acting. So that was pretty cool. And then, of course, our main chick, Alice, is played by Mila Jovovich, which pretty much everybody knows that. So I'm not going to go into her credits because everybody knows her.
Fifth Element.
Fifth Element. Yeah.
I love that movie.
That's a great movie. All right. With that said, we are getting ready to cue this up. So if you want to watch along with us at home, we have the movie queued up and paused right at the Screen Gems logo.
Yeah, 11 seconds on Amazon.
Yeah, 11 seconds in on the Screen Gems. So here we go. On 1, 2, 3. All right. When we started. So while we get through the opening credits here, we mentioned it earlier. Our first viewing of this movie was when it came out in theaters, like opening weekend, I believe. It was me and Aaron and our friend Ty. We were in obviously 22 at the time in 2002. We all met at this apartment that you and Ty had this one time. You guys were roommates for a while. We got drunk. We started drinking. We did some day drinking. Then we went to the theater, and we weren't done. We snuck in like
a bottle of vodka,
Jack Daniels for me, or Captain Morgan, or something like that, and vodka. And we were pouring in our giant soda cups. So we were just drinking, and I'm not sure if we were high at the time too or not, but I know we were drunk for sure. And we were just and the whole time we're watching this movie, and we're drunk. So Ty is like. We're yelling things. We're being some of us. Ty was kind of being a little asshole.
Well, it was
yelling out things at this movie.
The place was packed.
It was
packed, and a lot of people were talking.
Yeah, but we
kind of joined the fun.
Joined in on the fun, but our talking got pretty beyond talking. We're like, what the fuck? This is stupid. What? It was anger.
Yeah,
there was legit anger in us. When this was over, like we stormed out of the theater when it was over, just pissed off and angry, drunken assholes.
But with good reason.
Very good reason.
How do you fuck up such a wonderful map for a fucking video game movie?
Yeah.
You just fucked it up so
You could have just done a shot-for-shot remake of the game and called it a movie, and I've been like, yep, that's awesome.
Yeah.
There it is. That's what I want to see. But instead we got this shit we're watching right now. And god damn it.
Yeah.
This was one of those things where it's like, I was so happy and so excited that I'm like, oh, fucking Resident Evil movie, yeah, this is gonna be awesome, this is gonna be so cool, and then...
And this scene kind of gives you promise, because they're showing, like, it says in the beginning, it's like, these are the incidents that led to Raccoon City, and it shows a guy, like, very carefully packing up a virus, and then you see some hand throw the virus across, so it's being caused, it smashes open, spreading the virus, so it's like, okay, I'm on board, I'm on board so far.
Yeah, and so the virus has been broken and escaping into the air vents, but it's like...
Yeah, but at this point I was on board.
At this point, then it's pretty much all downhill from here.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand. I mean, I was kind of surprised at how corporate it looked, because I was like, wait a minute. I understand, like, lab coats and, like, having elevators.
There's our first officer chick right there. The girl.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one who's the first officer in Star Wars and the VIP stewardess. That's her, Mrs. Black. But no, I agree. Like, I was like, why is it so corporate? Like, this underground labs in the Spencer Mansion weren't corporate.
Pretty small.
They were small.
They were small, private
but it was
labs.
Scientists.
Yeah.
Like, I get labs, but why are there so many corporate suits here? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, but I mean, I saw the Cerberus. Or the dogs, which become Cerberus. I like how the computer is like, holy shit, someone broke. I just noticed that. The computer flipped and shit. Oh, god damn. But yeah, everyone's wearing fucking uniforms, basically, too. I mean, it's very uniform-esque. All the women are wearing, like, gray...
power suits.
Yeah.
Or, skirts.
All right, so the computer is saying, uh-oh, the virus has escaped. Shut it down. And this is where they get sprayed with water.
Yep.
Or, I don't know, disinfectant? Yeah. Now, I think I liked what happens here, and it kind of explains how the Cerberuses look all fucked up. We'll see what happens.
I won't lie. There's a lot of this I don't remember because I haven't seen this movie probably in 20 years.
Did you rewatch it?
No.
I didn't either.
I haven't watched. I was like, I'm not rewatching this.
I know, that's the same thing. It's like, I'm going to watch it with Marshall.
Yeah,
Might as
I'm
well.
going to watch it, but I'm not watching it again. I'm sorry. It brings, it's one of those movies that brings back.
And they're really hammering home the computer watching
Anna Bolt, her name right there.
Watching the people. Yeah, wet t-shirt, right on. Yeah, so it's like they're really hammering home the computer is making these choices and ignoring their pleas, and just is the cause of all this shenanigans. Keep hacking, bro. You just knocked off a big chunk. Anyway, he tried to. They were flooding, and he tried to break the door out. Some people are stuck on an elevator. They're freaking out. Apparently, some guy had too much coffee. Needs to piss. Needs to get out the elevator.
I hated. Was disappointed in this movie when it came out. I still remember. I still bought it, like on DVD or Blu-ray or something. I still bought it because, like, oh, it's Resident Evil. I fell into that trap. It's like, it's Resident Evil. I love Resident Evil. I guess I'll buy it. But I'd never watch it. I just don't.
Why would you?
I think I bought number 2 as well. But then after that, I was like, I just stopped. I burned me twice. Shame on me. I kind of stopped at that point.
Now, if I remember correctly, Resident Evil 2, the one that follows this, is actually probably the closest to the video games.
Yeah, I mean, it takes place in
in Raccoon City.
I almost said Night City.
With Jill Valentine.
Yeah,
and
Jill
other
Valentine's
STARS members.
A
few handful of STARS members. I don't even know if they're actual.
Stars? I don't know if they're actually stars or just more military.
I think there's a couple STARS. There's definitely a couple STARS members. There's the Nemesis.
Yeah, Nemesis shows up.
Yeah, so it's like there's something to it, but it still sucks.
But then Nemesis apparently has memories and
feelings.
Sides with Alice again. Like, what? What?
God.
So much for the heartless, merciless killing machine that just hunts and kills.
So the computer is now gassing everyone, killing them, saying, hey, fuck this, you guys aren't getting out of here. Bada bing, bada boom, you're dead. You're dead.
You're dead.
But the people in the elevator are still alive.
Yep.
For some reason the gas is now gone. And they're fine. And they see all the dead folks lying around.
We have to get out of here. We have to get out of this building. Here, give me a hand. It's as far as they'll go. They're caught on something. It's my enough. I can squeeze through.
I'm skinny. Dude, that opening is so small.
So small.
I appreciate.
God, it's like bringing back memories of my child's birth right there.
Is she? You have memories of your childbirth. I love how, like, her head peeks through the computer sees, like, I got you, bitch.
I got you, bitch. I see you now. You done fucked up.
Oh, so she's stuck. The elevator moves.
And off with her head.
Oh, nope.
Oh, I was...
Sucker.
I forgot. It's been 20 years since I've seen this. This is the fake...
Put me back in. I did like that. I like how the computer is fucking with her.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going in reverse now. Going up. Oh,
There's
saboom.
off with her head. There it is.
Yeah, still somewhat off-screen kill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Resident Evil.
Right. Alice's eye opens. And this, when I was watching this originally, I was like, okay, here we go. We got Jill Valentine.
Yes. That's exactly what I thought. I thought you were going to have Jill or some... Yeah, I thought it was going to be... Yeah.
Maybe even Claire Redfield.
Maybe.
But I was like, okay, I was feeling Jill. You know?
Of course you're feeling... Everybody's feeling Jill. I got what you think. Oh, it's Jill, but... Wakes up naked in the shower.
And it's a beautiful, like, marble shower.
Yeah.
Nice floor. Same thing in mansion. Right.
Oh, yeah. High-end mansion.
Nice, pretty marble bathroom.
Checkerboard flooring.
Obviously, the water was still warm because it's a foggy mirror.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been out that long. Unless they have a tankless water heater.
I don't know. Were those a thing back in 2002?
I don't know. I have a scar. So she flashes back to her fainting. I don't know why we have to do that because
Yeah,
we obviously
exactly.
we obviously know that the bitch fainted. It's like we just got flashback to her
I
fainting.
never really thought about it that way, but
Yeah.
yeah. Got a bruise on my shoulder. Booby.
I didn't even notice. I was too busy marveling at this drink, this Bud Light Seltzer Strawberry. Feels like I'm drinking alcoholic Pop Rocks. So she's cruising around looking, sees a skimpy red dress, I guess, on the bed. She looks confused, no one's around. Okay. I'm like, all right, she's in the mansion.
Yep.
Slow burn. Let's see what goes on here. You got the woods right outside the mansion.
Sunset and
So I'm in. You know,
Yeah.
even with that beginning, I'm like, okay, well, I'll tie in. But so far, I'm in. All right.
she just checked to see if that was her handwriting or not. Handwriting doesn't matter.
So you can tell she's confused. And this is where I'm starting to be like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, look, it's powerful guns.
Yeah, if she's surprised by so I'm like, okay, old lady here doesn't know what's going on.
It's like the chest in the save rooms. Just a open cabinet full, a chest full of guns right there.
And here we get the same goddamn umbrella camera or computer
Yeah.
seeing what I thought was Jill Valentine walking around in the mansion. So I'm like, okay, this is part of, you know, same system that happened in that corporate world earlier.
Now, let me ask you this. This is a weird thing to point out, but I've always kind of wondered about this. I find it weird. So she's obviously wearing a skimpy red dress that's meant for, like, you know, fancy night out, cocktail dinner, something. You know, fanciness, sexing too. Very high slit. Why the hell would you wear, like, black booty biker shorts underneath that? Like, it doesn't. It ruins, like, the address. Like, just wear, like, a thong or something. You don't.
I didn't see.
She wears, like, black booty shorts underneath. It's so
like
weird.
bloomers, like cheerleaders wear underneath
Yeah,
their.
something, or just black spandex shorts or something. Like, it's not like you would wear, like, if you were going out to, like, an Oscar or a fancy dinner, you wouldn't wear that with this dress.
I mean, she's also wearing like fuck me boots.
Yeah,
also,
the
like
knee-high black
yeah.
leather
So
boots.
it's the whole outfit's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
and
It's
that's just,
odd.
dude. I think that's just early 2000s. You know,
That's a good point.
we had a
too.
lot of fashion issues at the
Little
early
spaghetti
2000s.
strap dress. But
She does not have a bra on, and you can
Nope.
tell it's cold in there.
see, there's shorts. She's wearing shorts under it.
You know, it could actually be built into the dress.
Maybe. I didn't think about maybe, but that's still weird because that's a high slit and reds don't match. You think it's weird, like you just wear a thong with that and call it a night.
Yeah, but half your ass would be hanging out then. Then that's
But
not
that's the
necessarily
style of the
that's not
dress.
necessarily classy. That's just more like slutty.
No, it's high fashion. Well, not high fashion. It's red carpet fashion.
Wind's blowing. She's outside. It looks creepy. It's got good atmosphere.
Yeah.
Good atmosphere. She's
Oh,
grabbed
she's
and pulled
grabbed.
in. Something's We're seeing
Flashbangs,
flashbangs getting
grenades,
thrown in.
and
People
in
are
comes
smashing
Hunk.
through.
It's Hunk, right? It's Hunk. No, fuck you ain't Hunk. He ain't in this movie.
That's
fuck
my
you,
first thought. I
fans.
thought, okay, great. We got Hunk here. He's got his gas mask on, tactical gear.
The dining room. There should be a blood pool at one end at a fireplace that we hope isn't Chris's blood.
For sure, I thought that was Hunk.
Yep. I can't say what that patch reads on his arm.
Yeah, I was trying to read that too. Anyway, he's like, report. And
Sanitation, maybe? Or
Mila Jovovich doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, and someone's a member of the RPD. Yeah, this guy, I was thinking maybe Leon?
Yeah, because that seems like I'm brand new. They don't have me on file yet. Nope.
Yeah.
His name's Matt Olson or something like that.
And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay. I don't know if Hunk's white or black. This could still be Hunk.
yeah,
I don't
we
know.
And there's One Trick Pony.
Yes. That's a badass bitch right there, Marshall. Alright, so they're leaving the mansion and going downstairs. And then the rest of the movie sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much from here on out, it's all down.
If you want anything to do with Resident Evil, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's pretty much it.
Spencer Mansion, that's it.
Yep. Which, like, a good 70%, I think, of the original game takes place in that goddamn mansion. And in the movie, like, 5%. If that. It's like 3 minutes.
And so much of it is just her walking around going, duh, not saying anything.
Yeah.
We get a little tease with Umbrella Corporation emblems everywhere
Yeah.
as they're walking around setting timers. I don't know.
Yep. And underground train.
Power's down. Fix it.
I'm on it.
You must find the battery.
Are you sure you want to take the battery?
Of course I want to fucking take the battery. I hated that. You've
The worst is
connected
the best
cables.
one is like the ammo. Like, do you want to take the ammo? Has anybody ever said, no, I don't think I want to take the ammo. I'm going to leave that there. With the exception of number 2, where if you left stuff in the locker, Claire could pick it, or Leon could pick it up, vice versa. You could. But in the first game, no, you took everything you could fucking get.
Mm-hmm. So Michelle Rodriguez is trying to fix
Something
sees a grate
that's been ripped
open, has a real classic Michelle Rodriguez look on her face, like. Like, I think it would hurt her to smile, like, or she doesn't have the actual muscles to do it, you know, like.
Yeah.
Alexi 5000.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I can't wait to call our friend Alexi Karpinski.
Alexi 5000 now?
Alexi 5000. I think we got a new name for him. He was our resident science expert
Yeah, back
on
the Reanimator.
Reanimator episode. Yeah.
Alexi 5000. Yeah, honestly, Alexi is the Alexis reference to Code Veronica.
So they have these little Easter eggs.
Yeah, it's like I'm saying, if you're good, like, that's what made me so mad. It's like either, I almost wish like they wouldn't have any Easter eggs. Like, just, if you can go, just get rid of everything about the games and do your own thing, or do the game. Don't give me like this half-ass, like, here's some things for game. We know what these were in the game. We know about the games, but we're not giving you what you really want.
Not at
Like,
all.
Just give,
yeah.
just don't give me that thing. And
Joe
there's-
Carroll.
Yeah, Joe Carroll just pops out.
I like how she's just like.
There's a kind of a smile there. It was kind
yeah,
of
but it's like a
smile.
shit-eating one because she's busting a guy's balls for being a little jumpy for
Yeah.
having a dead, or it could be a dead body just fall out in front of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably be like, ah.
I don't know, yeah, but these are supposed to be highly trained, mercenaries, SWAT team, some kind of people.
Because we don't fucking know.
Yeah.
And that's the shame.
So, Mila recognizes that Joe Carroll as her husband in the pictures and takes off her wedding ring and says, "Property of an umbrella corporation" on the inside of her ring. That is.
This is light. Follow it.
Their patch says sanitation. That's what it says. The arm patch says sanitation.
If those are your sanitation workers,
Yeah.
with fucking tactical gear, guns smashing through using flashbangs, they must be real serious about recycling.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I mean, Michelle Rodriguez isn't. She's definitely a one-trick pony, but I will give her credit. She's good at her one trick.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you want a badass bitch, she's your girl, you know? I can't think of another actor or actress off the top of my head that has, like, that much success with just one style, you know?
Gina Carano. always been a badass bitch.
Yeah, but not nearly as successful.
Well, her career's younger too than Michelle's.
It could be over now as well.
Fucking cancel culture, fuck you guys. I love Gina Carano. She's amazing.
I mean, I liked her. I thought she was fine. I thought she did a good job. I don't think she should have gotten fired.
Oh fuck
you
no.
know?
That's what I'm saying. Fuckers out there.
It's annoying, you know. All right, so these guys are all fucking tense, trying to get into, I'm guessing, Umbrella, because
Yeah,
all you
hive.
see is Umbrella shit everywhere.
Yeah.
The mansion above us is an emergency entrance to the hive. U.S. security operatives placed there to protect that entrance.
What about this?
Your marriage
What about my wedding ring?
is part of your cover to protect the secrecy of the hive. And what is the hive? Children.
Okay, so are both Alice and Joe Carroll,
They're security agents
so they're
placed in the mansion as
to pose as security?
to pose as a married couple to live there
Gotcha.
to basally keep the secret entrance to the hive secure.
Itself is located underground, deep beneath the
Yeah, and so this is where we get the exposition dump that the corporate thing we saw underneath earlier is an Umbrella headquarters buried deep underneath Raccoon City
Miles underneath. Like,
with the
how would
emergency entrance being the Spencer Mansion.
You, yeah, how would you even build this? This is bullshit.
Without anyone knowing, with it being secret.
Yeah, I can get. I guess buildings have basements and sub basements to an extent. I get that, but this thing, like, there's no. I don't think there's any possible way anybody would ever be able to build anything that gigantic underground in secret.
Exactly.
Like the hole you would have to, the crater you would have to dig out in order to build something that big would be the size of a city.
So we see Alice pass out again.
Again, second time in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever.
We're getting all this convenient exposition dump here also. I do like this guy though.
One.
Is that his ways? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like him. I thought he was pretty cool.
Yeah, he wasn't.
You could have just called him Hunk.
Yeah, but no, that'd be too much fan service.
So he just said, "Hey, everything got shut down. Everyone got. I wasn't paying attention. We're gonna go in there. Everyone's dead. We're going in. It's like, why? Why?
Yeah, if everybody's dead, just like, well, they are sanitation. They're there to clean up. And supposedly that background cityscape is supposed to be San Francisco.
I don't know.
That's what I heard, but I have no proof of it. Just something I heard.
It could be. I don't know.
Read, I guess, but
It's weird. Whenever you think San Francisco, you think of Golden Gate
Golden
Bridge,
Gate, yeah, not
or
downtown.
Alcatraz or something.
Yeah,
Or the giant windy hill.
yeah,
You know.
or
yeah.
the wharf. But
Yeah.
but still, I mean, they have a downtown somewhere. There's guys
I'm
here
sure
still, so,
they
I mean,
do.
that's
Yeah.
just-
So they're prying over in the elevator. I was hoping to see a whole bunch of dead bodies. No dice. So they're opening the elevator shaft.
Shaft.
Looks like we're taking the stairs.
The most dramatic stair descending scene ever for like no real reason. There's no immediate threat, but they are going down those stairs.
Aggressively.
Aggressive. I don't know how many stairs that would be in this thing to get down there. Like based on that CGI model we just saw, that would be like thousands of stairs.
Oh. Yeah, so they're in the hive now. They're walking around. They see the
flooded
lab with leaking water. You know. See how did this guy give up after 3-4 whacks? You know, it's like a handful of whacks, and he decided to give up.
He was making a difference.
Yeah, he was.
5 hours ago, Red Queen went homicidal. Sealed the hive.
Okay, yeah, this is where we get the dump.
When we realized what was happening, my team was dispatched to shut her down.
And that's why they're to shut down the computer because it went.
The Red Queen.
Is that a reference to
Alice in
Wonderland?
Yeah.
Which
because her name's Alice.
Which I don't remember in
Resident
Evil. I don't think there ever was.
I don't know.
Not until like Code Veronica, I think.
That might have been like a queen.
Yeah, that was like Code Veronica.
Yeah,
pretty sure.
like that.
Which is probably around the same time this movie came out.
Maybe
2001.
This movie came out in 2002, but yeah, I don't know when
2002.
Veronica came out. I don't remember. It had to be around that time. Probably. Number 2 came out in like what, 98?
97, 98.
97, 98, yeah.
I just touched your hand, and I remember you plowing me good. you remember anything? It'd be great if his flashbacks were like her. It's like really lame sex because her flash was like, oh, real passionate love, and his flash was like, yeah, you're a dead fish. All subjective.
Or just like her like nagging him to pick up his dirty socks or take out the trash. So Matt here just staring at that air vent like a fucking crazy person.
Yeah, Resident Evil 2 came out in January 1998.
Yeah, so
January 21st, 1998.
So then Veronica would come out. I don't know.
A couple years after, because Resident Evil 3 came
yeah,
out.
Yeah, 3.
I thought 3 was like 99 because I remember playing that in like college.
Yeah.
Which again, of the first 3, I think number 3 is like I love number 2 and number 3 so much. They're so close for me.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
This girl, the dead girl in the tank here, Dr. Anna Bolt is the character, but I forget the actress name, but she apparently took like scuba lessons to learn how to, or diving lessons so she could like
hold her breath
and do that. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Really? Like it seems like kind of a waste of. You know? Yeah.
But we had our first glimpse of the zombie there.
Yes,
Dead
yeah.
person thing opens her eyes.
As when they turn their back and walk away,
sees it.
the zombie, the floating doctor lady reanimates.
And now we're in this weird like fucking I don't even know what.
I don't even know what to call this. Like
it's
a battery room?
Giant batteries, or is it cold in there, or is that dry ice, steam?
Yeah, it's
cold. Like what is?
It looks like something out of a sci-fi like ship. It's like these are the batteries that power the ship.
I think or like an alien movie. I expect to see a bunch of like alien pods.
Yes,
all over the floor or something.
yes.
Like, there's tubing running all over the place. Like,
And there's fog, ice, dry ice.
What
What the hell's going on?
It's like their servers. It's like the internet server room. What are these things?
And why do they have dryer tubes running out of them?
HVAC tubes or something. What are they called? Yeah.
There's so many of them.
They're everywhere. What? Yeah, I have no idea what these things are supposed to be.
Ugh. I think this is where we get our first zombie here in a second.
Yeah, I'm pretty much sure something happens in this.
If I remember correctly, he's dragging an axe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is where they keep the bio weapons.
Yeah, this is where. So Alice is looking at one of the weird battery packs that we're looking at, and it just looks like a bunch of tubes and.
Oh, this is where the liquors are kept?
Or I thought it was a hunter. You know.
A hunter would have been cool, but they didn't show up. Black man!
All right, so the camera's looking at everybody. Again, Now we get another cut of the hive and showing them where they're
CGI.
going. I really don't like it.
It's really dated CG there. Like, yeah.
It really is, yeah.
2002. But I mean, I guess for the time it was pretty good, but it looks dated.
I remember being, relatively impressed when I saw it. They're hacking. Speaking of our friend Ty, I remember getting super hammered with him at this bar in Collinsville. I think it was called Sky Bar or something like that. Were you with us?
I know, but I know Skybar. I've been there a lot. I went there a lot of times and got drunk there many, many times myself.
And we somehow got into the office. Like, and I'm just drunk. I'm like, Ty hacked their computer, steal their money. And I start going through like files. I'm like opening files, and Ty's like, "What do you mean hacked a computer? The fuck's wrong with you?" I'm just like, "We're gonna steal and run this place." Just hammered. I think we stole a few things out of the office and then made our. I can't believe we got into.
You're probably the reason the bar closed. No, I had a lot of memories at Skybar. Yeah, I went up there a lot.
Is that when you were hanging out with your cousin a lot?
Yep.
Yeah.
And dating this girl Kelly at the time, we went there a lot. Yeah, a lot of times we were spent there.
Oh, this scene. So we have one.
We're in the hallway, right?
The hallway scene, and if you've seen this, then you fucking know what it is.
You know what it is, yeah. Which I think Resident Evil 4 gained it from this movie.
They
actually.
did,
They
absolutely.
probably took it straight from this movie.
They took that definitely.
The one thing that came out of this movie they actually used in the game.
And I gotta say, I fucking liked it. I like this scene. So they're trying
my
to.
problem, I'll tell you what my problem is with this scene when it's completely over.
Now it's funny because you think these guys would know the security defenses that they're going into.
100%.
So, boy, maybe we shouldn't hang out inside this room until we have it completely deactivated.
Like, their security, like they should know exactly what, like where the defenses are and what's going on. They work for the corporation.
Right.
Their security, like 100%. I agree with you on that. That's one of my big problems as well.
It's so.
But I'll tell you my other one again after this. It's kind of different. A different reason I hate it, but yeah, that's another reason why I hate it. Like, you know about the Red Queen shutting down the program, so they know that, but yet...
Uh-oh. They're getting trapped in the hallway.
Oh, weapon system activated. The Queen's pissed.
Shit's hitting the fan. What's that? Oh, you should know, bitch, because it's about to hit you. The laser beam shoots across. Everyone hits the deck.
Chops off the one dude.
Slices off fingers of the one dude.
And the medic.
And it just stand there as a slow line creeps across her neck. And her head slides off. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh no, here comes another one. It's coming down low to sweep up the bitches on the ground.
Sweep the leg.
Jump. Oh, he jumped
went-
and he got cut in half.
He
That
went
was
up.
awesome.
He jumped up and it caught him.
One, however, does a fucking parkour move.
Grabs the ceiling. lifts
Grabs the
himself
ceiling,
up
is
over.
able to get around it. And he's like, come on, motherfucker, let's do this. Oh, and it turns into a grid.
And they turn off right after it's too late.
He gets cut into a bunch of pieces and slowly crumbles
Dude, that
apart.
one bit like, where his eye like liquefies and
Yes,
the light
that
of
was-
eye runs down.
and that is the best scene in the whole movie.
Yeah. I'll get that, but at the same time, I hate that because we're technically still pretty early on in the movie, and this is supposed to be about zombies and all this stuff. And that one scene just basically killed half your cast.
Yes.
That's why I hated it. Like,
And like,
kill one person, sure. Two, maybe the bonuses. But when you killed like 4 people and one of them being like your main,
and he's awesome.
your main.
I was so
commando
pissed.
dude.
I was so pissed when he was gone because he's a great actor. Two, he's like seems to kind of like keep the glue together. You know, kind of like answering questions here and there. Plus, he's just a sexy looking motherfucker. And then you turn him into fucking mulch.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, and you just went from like 8 people to now you have 4 people left, and like a movie that should be about the zombies and the Resident Evil monsters killing people, not a laser grid in one scene. That's why I hated this so much.
Yeah,
and the fact that they should fucking know about it in the first place.
Still a good scene though. But I totally agree. I totally agree with what you're saying. It doesn't take. I mean, the scene on its own, by itself, it's a great scene. But I agree. There should be either more people on the squad, to give them, opportunities for zombies to fucking kill them.
Yeah.
And we could see cool zombie deaths.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like right when the zombie phenomenon first started back up.
Yeah.
God damn, it's still going too.
Well, it's because of the game franchise that the zombie phenomenon started back up. Resident Evil is pretty much, in my opinion, one of the main reasons that the zombies are where we are today again with them, because they fell out. Like there was a little bit of Dawn of the Dead movies, but in the 80s and stuff like that, Dawn of the Dead, but those kind of petered out. And then throughout the 90s, movie-wise, there was nothing really until Resident Evil game came out and exploded again.
Mm-hmm. And then when then 2000s hit, then it was just the floodgates opened for zombie movies
and other stuff started coming out. Yeah.
Are you over the zombie phenomenon? I am fucking over zombies right now.
I can sort of, but at the same time, like I don't know if I'm ever completely over zombies. I always love zombie stuff and video games, but at the same point, yeah, I kind of get. I mean, I can get under. I'm not on high as I used to be.
Absolutely,
but,
yeah.
But I think I'll always still kind of like it.
I agree. I think just like any monster or boogeyman or what have you, there's going to be waxing and waning, and I just feel like we have just been beaten about the head and shoulders with zombies for so long.
Well, that and vampires too.
Yeah. Just give me something different,
We've now introduced the Red Queen, who's the little girl.
Oh, that was in the trailer.
Yeah, that was like the line for this movie. Like, girl, going to die down here. Little girl British accent thing. But yeah, so the power goes off. They nuke the Red Queen with her weird tech bomb. And it turned off all the storage, the cases or the pods for the monster
liquor hunters.
The liquors. Yeah, the hunters weren't in this.
They weren't. So here you're blending two, and you're not blending shit, honestly. It's just you're just picking. You're treating Resident Evil like a fucking buffet.
Yeah,
picking out the little crap that you want and leaving.
That's nothing. Like if this is supposed to be the first, like liquors weren't in the first one. Hunters were. God damn it. You had the Cerberus, great. You have the dogs, whoopity-doo. But like, where's the giant fucking snake?
Yawn.
I think there's a giant spider too, I believe, down in the catacombs, which they don't even include those.
And the boys at Here Come the Spooky are always spooked out about those spiders. I said, fuck those spiders. They're so easy. Yeah. Spiders sucked.
I mean, there's things they could have had in this movie, even just a glimpse of, or just a reference to, as a shot that would have been, like, would make sense in this lab. They could have had the giant fucking plant in one room somewhere.
Plant 42?
Yeah. They could have had, we've already saw them flood labs. They could have had a shark swimming around somewhere.
Neptune, yeah.
But not. I mean, I can't understand why they didn't do a shark. But I mean, the plant, a snake. They could, even if it wasn't the giant snake, they could have shown like a regular snake in a cage, like in a terrarium.
It had its name on it.
It had its name on it, instead like whatever it was, and like we could get to okay, that's it. And then maybe later in the movie you see the cage is broken, the terrarium is broken, the snake's just gone. You don't have to show the giant snake, but you just reference like it's there, it's out there now somewhere. But they don't do anything like that.
Nothing. What kind of gun is that?
I can't tell.
Michelle Rodriguez is walking around with a.
It's not an MP5. Maybe. I'm sorry to tell because there's so many attachments and stuff on it.
Yeah.
And it's got a collapsible buttstock, so I don't know.
Is it?
Yeah. Here's our first zombie. Well, technically, the second one because the first one was the floating girl in the tank.
Yeah, but our first confronted a zombie. Yeah. Our first introduction to them, or our people. Oh shit! Michelle Rodriguez just got bit.
Bitch got bit.
Oh, someone dropped the keys. Will you pick up the keys?
Will you pick up the keys? Oh, Jesus. All right, I have so much. I completely forgot all the trivia shit I wrote down. I should try to find some of this.
Oh, this is.
Oh, since we're about to introduce a bunch of the zombies, a lot of the extras that were zombies were all professional dancers.
Makes sense.
Which, yeah, it makes sense.
Oh, she's not listening. Boom! Shoots her in the leg. And doesn't stop her. This is where it's like, uh-oh, we're dealing with something different. Damn!
Badass bitch!
Which is in reference to our friend Ty, because when that scene happened, and the zombie gets blown across the room, in the middle of the theater, he just goes, damn! And everyone, like a lot of people started laughing, because I was like worried, because he just...
I almost spit my beer out on that
just
one.
let it out. I'm like, oh shit, but people are like, ha ha ha!
She's gone. Bullshit. She's all right here, but she's gone.
That's something in Resident Evil never really harped on too much, and I'm glad they didn't. You know, you had to kill a zombie with a headshot.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you just gotta incapacitate them enough. They're very resilient. They're very tough. They're gonna walk through several shots.
You didn't have to do headshot.
But you don't have to fucking shoot him in the head.
No.
Which I kind of like, honestly, especially from a video game standpoint.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Especially with the game controls of the first game, we couldn't even aim.
Those horrible tank
There's no
controls,
aim.
yeah.
You could point in the
right direction.
And even then, it was kind of iffy depending on the camera angle.
Yeah. Especially if you're like right on the cusp of one of those where the camera angle switch. You're like, God damn it! And, like you just move a little bit, you back up one step, and boom! Like whoa! I'm on the other side of the room.
Yeah.
Those fixed camera angles were so hard to like work with.
There's your guy with the
Oh,
axe.
there's the guy with the axe. Okay, he's with his broken foot, and we have a
How
bunch.
did if that's the guy with the axe that was in the room getting flooded, how the fuck did he get out of the room? Everybody else was floating and they're dead. How did he get out of the room?
It could be someone else with an axe. Who cares? So here we have some zombies missing eyes and parts of their face.
You know, they could be G36s. Like some of those assault rifles.
Okay, I was like, I don't remember those zombies.
No.
That's how much I know about fucking guns.
Yeah. Not Michelle, but the one guy had looked like it maybe a G36, and I couldn't tell 100%. Snap that neck.
So yeah, Michelle
Like
Rodriguez
Slim
breaks a
Jim.
neck, and she's like, "You've got to break their necks."
And here comes the Marilyn Manson butt rock and all the shoot the zombies.
Yeah, they got Marilyn Manson butt rock and electronica butt rock also.
Yeah.
Or electronica butt electronic butt.
Electronic
No,
butt.
I got nothing. Lots of shooty,
Lots of
bangy,
shooty,
bangy.
That guy shoot from the hip, which is you wouldn't do if you're a trained special forces guy.
Not if you want to be a badass.
Hey, Michelle Rodriguez ain't shooting from the hip.
No, she's disciplined, man. Okay, so one of the
Containment units.
containment units got hit and it's leaking dry ice.
Yeah.
And it
just
blows up for some reason.
I didn't think dry ice was explosive.
Why did it blow up?
I
Who
don't
fucking
know.
cares?
Who cares? Who cares?
Alice starts having flashbacks to the Spencer mansion outside, which I'd want to be. I want to be there.
And she's
There's
saying
crows.
flashbacks of the doctor who drowned.
I feel like we have some good imagery of the fucking, video game from the first one. But no, we're back down here.
There was no cemetery in the original game.
The remake there was.
Yeah, but the remake, yes, but
So
not
here's
in the first
here's a funny thing about that. In Resident Evil, if you read the back of it, it says the very first game. It says explore the mansion, the cellar, the graveyard. It says the graveyard or the cemetery in it, and there's no cemetery. You're right. There's no cemetery, no graveyard in the first one, but it says it on the package. I
don't
wonder
remember that.
if they cut it out because in the remake it's there.
I know it's there in the remake.
So I wonder if
but it's so weird that
Capcom-
you don't really hear things about cutting things out of video games.
maybe it was like, okay, maybe it was just it wasn't up to standards. Like it just doesn't look good. It's just
But
not.
normally, if you cut something out, it's out before you do the cover art for it. Like you think after.
Hey, I hear you,
That's
man,
so
but it's
weird.
obviously it's a mistake.
Yeah.
It's
I don't remember that.
either a typo, and someone said, "Oh, I thought there should be a fucking cemetery."
Yeah.
Or they had one and then they pulled it and they didn't think to correct the American release, especially since overseas in Japan it was Biohazard.
Yeah.
And here we see a Biohazard, a BOW, if you will,
Yep.
popping out of his little cage. Looked all fleshy and weird. Liquor.
BMW earlier in the show. I don't remember.
BMW.
Yeah, BMW. I might have said I don't remember, but yeah, BOWs.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, zombies in the
on the other side of the door.
Zombies in the elevator. This is kind of a throwback to number 3. I
That's
think.
not an elevator. That's just another hallway.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just wanted to see, like, the Day of the Dead moment. Like, choke on it! When they tear apart, was it Sergeant Rhodes? They're, like, tear him in half.
He just punches zombie in the face.
Choke on
There's
it!
the Eminem zombie with the
Oh, that
platinum
died.
blonde hair.
Dude, I did that once. I was in college. I dyed my hair platinum blonde, and it was right when it was popular. People were doing it, and
Yeah.
then Eminem came out right around the same time. People were like, "What's up, Eminem?" I'm like, this is
What
a
do you mean
mis-
came out? He's the one who started that phase, man.
No, there were other people who were doing it first. And he's the
Here's
one
our
who.
liquor.
Oh,
first liquor.
Jesus! Does that look bad?
Yeah.
He did not. He was not the first one to do it. We're talking 311 was doing it. Sublime was doing it. He's the one who made it famous.
Okay.
So, I dyed my hair. I had a short haircut, and I dyed it blonde my freshman year of college. And then here comes fucking Slim Shady, ruining my fucking moment. I'm like, oh, god damn it! I do look like I'm copying this asshole. Fuck. So as soon as it grew out, I'm just like cut it right off.
Pretty obvious they are. Lab coats, badges. Those people used to work here.
All the people working here are dead.
Doesn't stop them from walking around.
But where did they come from? Why didn't you see them on the way in?
When you cut the power, you unlock the doors. You let them out.
Yeah, don't blame him.
Yeah.
Jesus. I hate that. It's like you let them out. This was part of the plan, ding dong.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like he did it.
Like you're giving this guy a goddamn guilt trip.
I've never seen that. I'm like, where's your shark fin coming through there, or something like that. Flooded. But yeah. The dogs have been.
Yes, and there you
out.
see the dog pens, the kennel cages ripped through. They literally burst out, and you can see flesh hanging off. And I thought that was a fucking fantastic touch to give why the Cerberuses look so fucked up in the first place.
chunk
And
of-
this is a cool nod. I liked this.
Yeah.
Again, though,
Looks like strips of bacon is hanging off there, though.
it's kind of a small nod. It's a more Easter eggy kind of thing. I would much rather have better story development.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Where'd you get the leather jacket? I know they showed it
husband.
earlier, but
Husband guy.
Joe Carroll?
Yeah, Joe Carroll gave it to her.
yeah, she's just creeping around, being creepy.
Alone, by the way.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Like all the
After
chaos-
all the
all
shit
the
that hit the fan.
Yeah, and like there's zombies, and I was like, I'm just gonna wander around alone over here. But I guess she had to be alone
Oh,
for
listen,
to get
listen,
the
listen,
famous
listen.
shot.
You hear the feet, the little
Yep.
claws, yeah.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
There's one of the Cerberuses.
That's what the dog's covered in.
Just all mangled and ripped to pieces from the
They
bursting out, which is cool.
They said that one thing that says the crew actually had a really hard time keeping the dogs from licking off the blood and meat off of themselves during stream that.
Oh, yeah?
They just kept like licking everything they put on them off.
You got a zombie
Jumping spin kick. Sends
who
it crashing
who gets knocked out. What the fuck?
through. Yep, knocked out with a jumping spin kick. More
Why?
flashback.
Why did he get knocked out with a jumping spin kick?
Because she's Alice.
But she knocked out a zombie.
Yep.
Oh, god damn it. This fucking
I
movie.
killed a zombie then. If that's
Oh, well, now they're honey
will
dicking
you
us.
take the Beretta 9mm?
He's gonna pop up. It's been so long since I've seen it, I don't remember.
Yeah, the most famous shot in the movie's coming up pretty soon too. One of the, I guess the most famous.
Nope, there goes the
Here comes the doggy.
old Cerberus. Oh, I remember that shot. I know what shot you're talking about. So I guess, yeah, he's knocked out. I guess she knocked out a zombie.
No, I think he's just dead. I think she just
Oh
killed
shit!
him.
There's a bunch of dogs.
There's like 7 of them.
I had a hard time sometimes with the dogs. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
Like if you could hit them once and knock them down, you gotta stay fucking on top of them.
Yeah.
But when there's 3 or 4 of them, and especially with those tank controls, god
yeah.
damn, it was a pain in the ass.
She unloads the entire clip.
Umbrella?
9mm.
You have umbrella bullets?
Yep. They make their own ammo, I guess.
Yeah.
Woo! And here comes
here's
the wall
she
kick.
walled, runs, and
Jumps
Ow!
and kicks the dog in the face. Something's flying through a window. And she's like, what the fuck did I just do?
And
But then
this
she's
is
just like, I'm a badass. And she just moves on.
I think this is when I completely threw my hands up in the air and I'm like,
Yep.
fuck this movie, fuck it in the fucking ear.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently that shot we just saw of her doing that wall run and kick took her like 3 months worth of training to be able to do it.
If that was really her doing it,
No, she did all of her own stunts in this movie except for one. I think it was down in the sewers or something like that. She did do all of her own stunts in this movie.
that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a cool looking
I mean,
thing.
it looks cool, yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Nope.
Way too heavy for that. Solid meat here. I don't have hollow bones like Mila Jovovich does. Whatever her name is.
Mila Jovovich or something.
Mila.
Mila.
Mila?
Milla. Mila.
Let's call her Lilu. So here we have Spencer. Is that him?
No, that's
What's-
Matt.
Matt is his name?
Yeah.
All right, Matt's walking around looking at shit, looking at office files, and he's alone by himself too. Sure.
Zombie scared.
Zombie on this other side of the wall, who's doing, I don't know, the fucking devil horns.
I'm just gonna slide on over here now.
Now again, the zombies
That's
didn't.
like a zombie. That's like a actor in a haunted house.
Yes.
It's like boom, 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 gotcha. Now I'm just gonna
Now I'm
slide
just gonna
away.
slide away.
I'm done if I scare. I'm gonna slide
Which
away.
a zombie would not do that. He would.
No,
he's
he
a
just
one-track
stay there.
mind. He's just gonna try to get through the board.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I was like, all right, gotcha. I'm gonna sneak. I'm gonna slide into the darkness now. I'll see you later.
Boo. Gotcha.
Gotta get ready for the next group to come in.
I gotta say, for all the shit this guy's gone through, his shirt doesn't look too bad. Must be
Nope.
wrinkle-free from Eddie Bauer.
And there's, I forget the Alice's contact, the one that she was. Working
She
with
looks
flashlight.
the most least zombie ever.
Yeah, she just looks like she's scared shitless.
Yeah, she just looks like she woke up.
In shock. Like
And she goes to bite him. And now all of a sudden she's got bloody teeth. How did her teeth get...
no, she could. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, she brained her with
Paperweight.
paperweight. And she got them... Alright. So we're kind of getting flashes of the doc trying to get Alice the virus.
Or Alice doesn't get the.
Yeah.
Something.
You keep watching. I'm going to pee.
We can take a break here, you know.
Do we need to?
All right, well, Aaron's going to the bathroom. I guess we'll just keep this going because there's no need to stop this. Alice and Matt are now just talking. I can't really tell what he's saying at this point. I don't know. I guess he's talking about his job or what his mission was, what he was here to do, and I don't really, at this point, I don't really know what he's saying. I don't really care. undercover cop or something, I guess, trying to maybe bring down Umbrella from the inside. I don't know. And I don't fucking know. Talking about something about his sister. I guess his sister died or worked for Umbrella. Yeah, trying to expose Umbrella to the press, expose them about their research and their blah, 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 blah.
I'm going to get some more beer. As I just spill beer down my shirt. You know, most of our watch-along movies are good movies or movies we like.
Yeah.
But this is the one we're dogging the most,
Yeah.
I think, of all the watch-alongs we've done.
Yeah.
This is the one we're giving the business to.
It deserves it.
Anyway, it
deserves
is. It's the Resident Evil 25th anniversary.
Yeah, that's why we're doing it.
Have you been? I've been playing a shitload of Resident Evil games lately. I don't know about you.
I have not. I keep thinking about going back and doing it, but I was like, I'm so focused right now on Cyberpunk that I can't like break away from that right now, because like I know if I do, like I'll get in the groove of a Resident Evil game and I'll forget about Cyberpunk. I'm trying to just. I'm been really into that one.
So
right
I'm
now.
playing Resident Evil Revelations,
Yes.
which I never played before. It came out in 2012,
Yeah.
but boy, is it fun!
Is that? I'm trying to remember which one. Is that the one with Jill on a ship?
Yeah, Jill on a ship.
She's with some like chubby guy or some big beard. I don't know.
Yeah, he reminds me of me. Kind of bulky,
Yeah.
stocky. Except he talks like this. He's got the Eastern European accent.
Yeah.
Kind of like
I'm trying to
Dracula,
remember-
but
I played. I'm trying to remember if I ever beat it. I don't.
his
remember
name
that
is
one very
Parker.
much.
Yeah.
So anyway, our group's all back together again. Alice and Matt joined with Joe Carroll, Michelle Rodriguez, and Dippy, other dude.
Yeah. Dippy dipshit.
Yeah.
You know, the guy who let them all out.
Yeah, scapegoat guy.
Yeah. The guy, Mr. Throw under the bus. Mr. fucking Greyhound Roadkill.
Speed bump. What's it called? It's called speed bump.
Speed bump it is.
The incident is the only fail-safe plan they had against possible contamination.
I like how everyone has little bits of information they just decide to give you
Yeah.
here and there. Like Michelle Rodriguez now knows something.
So Alice is like, I'm gonna take matters in my own hand. I'm taking this backpack and going somewhere.
Oh, they're walking through the spooky hallway that gives you laser beams, but nothing happens.
Back into the Red Queen's chamber. So she's gonna reactivate the Red Queen, is what they're doing.
And they are speaking as if it is a personality, like it's a person or
It's an AI. So yeah, it's an AI.
That bitch did that. You know, it's
That bitch killed my team.
This time, with the switch, she won't be able to shut down. She's gonna fry.
oh god.
The initial charge must have damaged her boards.
Ah, there you are. Things, I gather, have gone out of control.
Oh
I did warn you, didn't I?
god. I feel bad because like all you've heard the last like minute is just me going.
T-virus was a major medical breakthrough, although it clearly also possessed
Damn.
That accent is like shoving a pencil into my goddamn ear.
Well, how does it explain those things out there?
even in death.
You don't like the little girl Oliver Twist?
I do not.
Hair and
Please, sir, may I have some more zombies?
cells are produced, and the brain itself holds a small electrical charge that takes months to dissipate.
So, are we kind of getting in for a back dump of zombies?
Both the cellular growth
What?
and to those trace electrical impulses.
So she's
Quite simply, it reanimates the body.
She's explaining the T-virus.
what? Yeah, she's explaining how it works and how the zombies reanimate. There's electrical charge. It's still.
Yeah.
Perhaps a little memory, virtually no intelligence. They are driven by the basest of impulses,
So,
most basic of needs.
The need
Okay,
for
so yeah.
speed. Everybody knows the basic need is the need for speed. Feed comes a distant second.
Because I can drive 55.
Trauma to the brain are the most
Michelle Rodriguez knows about the need for speed.
Yeah, she does.
So here, yeah, they
Maybe she just said shoot him in the
yeah,
head. But
now we're breaking Resident Evil rules already. We're following original zombie rules where you got to shoot him in the head. And there's a need to feed. And they showed...
or you just kick him in the head.
Apparently. They showed one of the sanitation guys who got killed by the zombies kind
JD.
of come back to life.
Yeah.
And if they need to feed, why would he still be there? He should be fucking bones. They should be picking him clean, eating him.
Yeah.
If the need to feed is the line, why is his meaty body still there?
That's a good point. Yeah.
He should be fucking,
creatures is sufficient.
leftovers.
That's a good point.
You become one of them. A check of my systems indicates my main drive circuit reads
So Michelle Rodriguez just finds out that she got bit. She's going to become one of them. She doesn't seem too upset.
I mean, yeah.
She's still got the same fucking
badass zombie.
badass look on her face. Doesn't fucking break character. Doesn't go, oh my fucking god. She's like, meh. Meh.
Oh, they find a hatch in the floor. It leads down into the sewers. Because, there's sewers under this giant thing in the middle of the fucking...
Really good
Who
point.
knows? Why are this place... Jesus. This place is... Granted, there'd have to be plumbing, but goddamn, sewers?
And also, massive sewers.
Massive.
Huge sewers.
With like 12-foot ceilings. These things are just gigantic.
Sewers are not that big. The only place in the world I think that has sewers that are that massive are like the East Coast, like New York, New Jersey, like all those like industrial type, cities from way back when.
There's the French, the cat.
Yeah, also I'd say some European cities as well. But a modern, especially the state-of-the-art facility, is going to have a much more efficient, sewer system than 12-foot high ceilings.
So
It is.
The
It does.
zombies in the sewers attack. Everybody's fighting them off. Blah blah blah.
Slow motion.
Alice goes into her friggin'
Oh, she does a neck break.
like a Hurricanrana neck snap type
Oh,
thing.
Jesus. I don't have enough leg power for all these zombies. We better get out of here.
So they decide to get on top of the pipes in the sewer.
And she's throwing spin kicks and
She's
head
damming it
smashing
up,
heads and breaking necks and
breaking hearts.
God damn it. The fucking judo throwing zombies. Like fucking Ronda Rousey over here.
No, she's wearing her leather jacket.
God damn it. This is so mad.
Yeah. You just armbar the zombie.
Some butt rock happening.
But rock.
Oh,
speed
speed
bump.
bump. Speed bump got his leg bit as
Speed
he's
bump.
climbing up.
No, not speed. Oh, Michelle
Rodriguez
gets
gets a bit again.
Drop
She
the
don't.
gun.
She don't give a fuck. Oh, she's looks like she's pretty swarmed. Oh, she finds one of her ex-partners.
Why are the zombies pausing behind her? They'd be
What?
swarming her.
Yeah.
They're just standing there like,
Why are
oh.
they all just hanging out?
And she gets bits again anyway. She's getting fucked up.
She is getting fucked up.
But she's badass.
Does it look like it's raining in there?
Yeah, it's water.
Raining in the
dripping.
sewer?
Yeah, water dripping down.
Ugh, Jesus.
Now Ray's just letting her blood drip down.
Yeah, so
over
we
the
don't see
zombie.
how, because when we cut away, Michelle Rodriguez looks like she's Fucksville
Mm-hmm.
and about to get eaten by the zombies. But now, she's up with the rest of the group
And
on the
she's like-
pipes.
and she's like just letting the blood drip down into the
Yeah,
like
it's-
feeding
there's-
frenzied zombies.
How did she get up there?
I don't know.
What happened? What happened?
She's just a badass bitch. That's what happened. Apparently.
God damn it. She was dead to the rights, and now she's up there.
Oh, speed bump's still there. That's speed.
Yeah,
bump.
but he got bit. Speed bump got bit.
Getting out. All of us.
Did he, or was there somebody else that we just forgot about?
No, he was getting pulled up. He got bit. Michelle Rodriguez shot the one zombie. Yeah, he just got bit. Don't you remember this in the game when you had to crawl across pipes to get away from zombies?
Oh yeah. Again, no sewer in the first game either.
This does feel very video gamey. That'd be kind of a cool thing to do in the game itself. But there's so many things that the game offered that you could have done.
Yeah. Yeah, somewhere in here, I think this is where she did not do her own stunt. Is this upcoming thing? Because her agent thought she would like strangle herself in all these cords or cables or something.
Oh, speed
Now
bump.
Speed bump's getting it.
Now speed bump looks like he's Fucksville. He's getting the pipes are breaking. They're falling into the pile of zombies. There it goes. Speed bump goes.
That shot of her jumping or flinging over to the there, that was not her. That was a stunt double.
Speed bumps down there amongst the zombies as Lilu gets pulled up by Joe Carroll. Yeah, he's getting treated like a buffet. Yeah. So Michelle Rodriguez is going to shoot speed bump or shoot the zombie off speed bump, but she's having trouble focusing. She's turning into a zombie.
So Alice takes the gun and shoots him.
And speed bump
Climbs
crawls
back up the pipes, which are padded for some reason. Like I don't know why there's like mattresses.
Insulation.
Yeah.
Like why is there? Why they're like, it's like ghetto insulation. Insulation. That's one way to keep your hot water heater from losing heat is to wrap it up in a blanket.
But now speed bump is separated from the others with one bullet left.
So here's your moment, Marshall. You're speed bump. You're separated from the group. You got one bullet left. Do you kill yourself? Do you kill at least one zombie? Or do you beg your team to help save you, even though it's pretty much a lost cause?
I'm begging for help. Anyway, he tells him to leave, obviously.
Because he's not Marshall.
And he shoots himself in the face.
I think I'd take one with me. Oh, speed! Thank you.
Oh, he doesn't.
Speed bump decides not to
Trickaroo.
kill himself.
And he
Shoots
throws
one in
the
the
gun.
head.
Oh, look, there's a vent behind him he can crawl away through the whole time. What? Why? Why is drama? He's just crawling away now. He could have
Literally
done that the whole time.
crawling away. He did not survey his surroundings very well.
No. Oh, look, there's a vent behind you. Just crawl through there, and we'll try to meet up with you later.
Right.
Like, this whole dramatic thing for no fucking reason.
Although, if I was speed bump, I would like to think I'd do the same thing, where I would shoot at least one zombie and be like, "You're gonna kill me. I'm gonna make you fucking work for it." I'd like to think I'd do that, but honestly, I'd probably just kill myself. Michelle Rodriguez looks like she's got a pretty bad hangover now.
She's starting to feel it.
Yeah, looks like she's
all
throwing up.
sweaty.
Oh, she's got that COVID. Oh no. When COVID first happened, did you get like Resident Evil vibes? I did.
Oh yeah. Oh, I remember it was like back in February of last year. Before I even knew
Especially
what
when
COVID
shit
was.
started shutting down.
No, this was before. I didn't even know what was happening. It was still like the China virus. You know, it was like, oh, this outbreak in China. I'm like, okay, whatever. It's not coming here. It wasn't even a thought in my eye yet. But I just remember seeing. I posted on Facebook. I shared it. Proposed because it was funny because like it was an image of the logo for the company that was supposedly where the virus was. And it's the Umbrella logo, only instead of red and white, it's blue and white.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking Umbrella, man. It's just blue and white instead of red and white. That's hilarious.
Blue umbrella.
So, yeah, I remember that. So, yeah, it is better. Like Resident Evil.
That has to be part of the dress because they just showed her. It's like a little bloomer thing going on.
I just when they first show the dress on the bed, you don't see it. That's why I was like,
I'm so like mesmerized, like confounded by how you're obsessed with this fashion statement that she's making and how much it bothers you.
So now I'll start seeing the ghosts of.
Yeah, they're on their way out. They're about to get out, and she's tripping and starts seeing.
Like
what it was
of the hive.
Yeah,
when it was in
she's
full
either having
function.
memories or flashbacks, and all of a sudden all the people are back, and
Fully operational.
she's seeing the T virus being injected into bunnies.
Again, why did
Now that would have been an interesting
that would've been interesting.
animal
They
experiment
should,
to
showed it,
fight.
like, into a frog or a snake. Again, there's an opportunity right here to incorporate something into the game.
This is where you have yawn. This is where you have a snake or
Yeah.
a spider.
Or frogs, because the hunters are kind of frog-like,
Yeah,
amphibian.
And isn't it in Zero? Aren't there like killer frogs or frogs that eat people?
Fuck Zero. I don't remember much about Zero. I don't. Billy sucks. I remember there were like leeches
Billy
or
Cohen.
bugs or larvae or something.
Lots leeches
And
out
moss,
the ass.
maybe? I don't know, but fuck Zero. Fuck Zero. I like Rebecca, but man, that
Hot take.
hot take.
Hot take.
Hot take.
Hot take.
Going down,
Resident Evil
baby.
4. It should have been Billy Cohen instead of Leon.
What?
Hot take.
That's your hot take?
That's my hot take right there.
What? Why? Explain
He's-
yourself. Show your
He's-
work.
He is off the grid military. He's kind of like a weird military background. He could be that type of off the books person who goes looking for the president's daughter, Ashley.
Yeah.
Instead of Leon, who is who famously survived Raccoon City, and
Yeah.
people know who Leon
But
is.
that's how he got his job working with like the president.
I get that, but
It's
still,
documented
hot
success.
hot take should have been Billy.
Should have been interesting. That is a hot take. I'll give you that. That's a very hot take. That's in fuego.
So there goes Mila Jovovich,
They're looking
Lilu.
for the cure.
looking for. Oh, is that what they're looking for?
Yeah, because she saw the green vial that they shot into the bunny was. supposed
Oh
to be
yeah, the
cure.
blue vial, the green. Yeah, because I don't.
Because the green vial is made from green herbs.
Ah! But she's got to make sure to mix it with the red so she can give it to Michelle Rodriguez.
Fully heal.
Yes. Oh shit! Now you're finding out Joe Carroll's a double agent.
Yep. And he's remembering he's a double agent too.
Oh yeah, I'm awesome. Yeah.
So he was spying on Alice's conversation with oh, now they're banging. Get that sexy going. Now we're seeing all the flashback from Joe Carroll's point of view. He bangs her, and then he goes and steals the virus. And he's the one that set it free. He's the one behind it.
He's the one who started everything. Wouldn't you want to get out of there before it breaks, bro? I like how he doesn't look anything like everyone else. He's got blue jeans, leather jackets. He's wearing fucking gloves.
Yeah.
As he's creeping around in a corporate environment.
Dude,
like,
he ain't even creepy. He's like running through the hallways
yeah,
with that flashlight.
knocking people over,
Checking
knocking
his
coffee.
watch all the time. Like, gotta
Like,
go.
what the fuck is
with
this
a
guy doing?
giant black duffel bag slung over his shoulder. Yeah,
So-
not conspicuous
So
at all.
he's the bad guy, and I gotta say this is great. He's probably the best bad guy. He plays a very great bad guy.
Yeah.
A charming bad guy.
We can still make it out of here. Come with me. We can have everything we've ever wanted.
It's funny hearing with an American accent
You wouldn't believe how much.
because he is not an American.
I wouldn't want to shoot you. With the bullets.
Yeah, your ammo supply is low. That's one thing about Resident Evil games. They don't give you a lot of ammo to play with.
Nope.
You got to conserve that ammo. You
They
can't.
start moving like dressers aside, looking underneath dressers.
Then fucking dogs jump through and start fucking your day up.
Yep.
You knew what they did. I was trying to stop it. No. You really believe that people like him will ever change anything?
He's so weird looking, Matt.
He is a strange looking gentleman.
Yeah. He's got like a tall, narrow head. It's just odd.
Dude, it looks like fucking Michelle Rodriguez has had a rough Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, zombie floats up underneath the water.
3 feet from. I so nearly made it out.
Wouldn't there be all kinds of splashing and,
Yeah.
you know, for zombies?
Yeah, you'd hear. Yeah. But there's water dripping down from this thing, so
Yeah,
maybe.
maybe.
But yeah, you know, there'd still be. You'd hear the sloshing.
Oh, zombie gets Joe Carroll from behind. Doesn't matter. He did get bit though. Fuck off. Yes. You got the antidote, don't you, buddy? The green herb. You'll be fine.
Anyway, so he basically locks them in the room and he leaves.
I wish he pulled the trigger there and it just went click. He was like, oh shit, and still locked him in. No.
Throw that leather jacket, Mila. Throw it.
This was his. Fuck his leather jacket.
Yeah.
I've been a bad, bad girl.
Ugh.
Oh. I've been a bad.
So then all of a
Alright,
sudden
Fiona
she's
Apple.
like, don't worry guys, I got your back. He's not getting anywhere. Because I've been a bad, bad girl.
Yeah, she went off Fiona Apple on
Oh yeah. Fiona Apple, that video, like,
him.
like a criminal or something.
Yeah.
Criminal.
Something, I don't
Yeah.
remember.
The video for that, you remember that? It was
She's like crack whore, like just. In
it
a
was
room.
crack horror borderline porn.
Yeah.
It was great.
Just
Speaking of crackhead, dude,
Here we go. Let's shoot it up.
we got Joe Carroll shooting up.
That
And
green
he's
herb,
he's
right?
done this before.
Shooting that green herb right into his arm. Oh, but he gets distracted and he doesn't do it.
Shoot yourself up, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, why are you waiting, dude?
Uh-oh.
Oh, here comes the liquor.
Here comes the liquor in all of its 2002
Two
CGI glory. Oh my god, that looks like shit. Oh, and he has to act with it. Oh,
It
yes.
didn't look, okay, it didn't look that bad, but that looks worse. But it's not terrible.
It's not good. Right?
Early experiments produced by injecting the T-virus directly into living tissue. Results were unstable. Now that it has
So-
fresh DNA, it will mutate.
A liquor is just it says living tissue.
Yeah.
What does that mean, like a person?
Becoming stronger, faster.
It's such a vague
Yeah, what
statement.
the base animal was. Yeah, was it a human first? I'm assuming it was because the exposed brain is very human-esque with the and then mutate. I don't know, but
Yeah, and you saw the liquor then like evolve. I guess once he kills something, he
evolves. Yeah, and then it changes. Now who knows what the fuck it is?
boo.
Yeah, boo to that.
This long after infection, there's no guarantee it would work.
But there's a chance. Right?
I don't deal.
Attaboy, drink some more.
This movie makes you drink.
I'm already drunk. And it's not because I've drank too much. It's because I'm just letting the alcohol.
I'm giving into it.
Consciously letting it just flow through my system to make this easier to handle.
I'm mentally opening my veins to let that. let that
I
alcohol
have
flow through.
vasodilation control. I can just make my veins dilate, just get bigger, just to let the alcohol flow easier.
Something for you.
It's funny, I can't do that to control my hypertension. But to deal with this movie, I can do it.
For the code.
Watch this movie mutate you like the T virus.
But it's a risk I
Just in
cannot
very
take.
selective, weird ways.
She's right. It's the only way.
I don't know. Something's happening. I'm not sure. I wasn't paying attention.
I don't know. Yeah, she's.
Otherwise, we all die down here.
Michelle Rodriguez is sacrificing herself for. Oh, that's what it is. She won't. Michelle Rodriguez is infected.
The glass is reinforced, but it won't hold forever.
The Red Queen says, "I'm not letting you out because Michelle Rodriguez is infected. I'm not gonna risk it."
So now she's saying, "Kill me, kill me,
Yeah,
so you get
yeah.
out."
And so she's like, "Just kill me so you can get out of here." Cause she's a badass bitch.
Kill her. Kill her now. You don't have any choice.
You don't have any choice.
Do it.
Do it! Do it! It's such peer pressure. Like, come on, you know they want that cigarette. Smoke it! Do it! Do it! And instead, Alice smashes the TV monitor, shutting up the Red Queen.
And for some reason, that
and then the
kills
nuke bomb.
Alice or kills the
No,
Red Queen.
The bomb, the cyber nuclear
Oh,
digital bomb thing in
I
the
f-
control room went off.
I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah. Shut the power off again.
It's like they could have just been waiting, just like, now let's wait for that bomb to go.
Yeah,
off."
exactly.
Oh yeah, bomb. We got.
Oh, look who it is!
Oh, it's speed bump.
Speed bump!
She wouldn't open the door, so I had to fry her.
That's what it was. Okay.
And in comes the liquor dog now.
The mutant liquor.
So they easily make it back to the train now.
Without issue, and I do like how the Matt guy is literally carrying Michelle Rodriguez basically down the stairs.
Yeah.
We come up to Joe Carroll's mangled body. And again, if the need to feed is the name of the game, they are very
feeding.
fucking anorexic.
Yeah, yeah.
They're just taking a nibble. And it's like
Nibble.
just enough to survive.
It's like my daughter.
She doesn't eat much.
She just takes little bites here and there. And she's like, I'm done. I'm like, all right. No, my daughter's not anorexic. She's just bored and very picky eater.
So Joe Carroll's become a zombie
Look at him.
With-
Look at them contacts.
with fantastic, like, Marilyn Manson's contacts.
He does a good job as a zombie, though. That sound he makes. And they're
Apparently, he's a very pussy-whipped zombie.
I would say, Mila Jovovich is pretty fucking hot, though, man. She's always a good-looking girl.
Yeah, but she's not my type, really. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, she's a pretty girl. I get it, I understand, but she's just not my type.
I
You
can
know,
understand that. She's not everybody's.
she's not my cup of tea.
I
Virus.
was a big fan of her for a while.
Did you hear what I said?
No, I saw about tea. I didn't.
She's not my cup of tea. Virus.
Oh, tea virus.
Waka waka.
I didn't hear the virus part.
Well, that's because you were flapping
Talking.
your gums.
I was flapping my gum.
Yeah. So they just cured Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Gave her the green herb.
Give her the green herb.
You'll take care of it. Hey, no one else is gonna die.
Yeah, don't worry. You got the fucking green herb, bitch. You're fine. So did you, speed bump? The self-destruct mechanism has now been activated. You have 8 minutes to leave the platform. All right, I'm gonna.
Because it gets
leave.
old in the game,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You hear that the entire time. And Michelle Rodriguez dies.
Nah, they're gonna throw you a curveball.
Yeah,
Don't
of
worry.
course. Of course they are.
She'll sit up and go.
I'm not dead yet. And
She'll
takes
have a
the
one.
gun from
She'll
her.
have a.
No, she does. She puts a gun in and she says, I'm not dead yet, and takes the gun from her.
Oh. The fuck is with the swinging pipes?
Foreshadowing!
Why is there a cargo net holding a bunch of fucking pipes?
Yeah, and not very well
It's just
restrained
not
all.
secure at
It's
all.
a horrible safety hazard.
I'm not dead
Oh, there's the line.
I told you.
You called it. You should have said, you badass bitch.
And here comes the liquor. Mutant thing now.
Mark gets scratched. He's wearing a wife beater now
Wife
because
beater because
he's too cool for school.
yeah, I don't know why.
This
Liquors.
is very game familiar when.
Well, in number 2, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I was
You
about to
fight
say
the
number
boss
2.
on
Yeah.
the train. That looks pretty shitty.
Oh,
And there goes.
there you go, speed bump. Yeah, now this is very Resident Evil 2 game, gamey feel. But that's about as much of the game as I feel like I get from this,
Yeah.
Whoa, bullet time.
1 bullet right into the brain. Oh, there's 2, 3. 3 bullets in the brain.
Oh, he spits out the liquor tongue on Lilu. She falls down, drops the gun, but don't worry.
Here comes the dangling pipes.
Oh, wife beater's got the pipes. Charges forward with them. Mollywops the liquor. Did the liquor just punch her with his tongue?
Yep, punch in the face
Tongue
with his
punch. But she traps the tongue and stabs it,
with a pipe.
pierces it with a pipe.
Oh, and now she's dead. Well, she's got to do the baddest neck crack.
Oh,
as a
Michelle Rodriguez
zombie.
became a zombie. I thought she got the fucking green herb.
Not in time. When you see her, you miss it. Like she does she stands up as
She
a zombie
cracks her
and
neck.
does like the neck crack.
Because she's a badass bitch. Of course, her teeth went. She's got like the whitest
Black.
teeth.
Yeah, now
she's
she's
got
black.
She's got picturesque white teeth. Now they're just black.
In a matter of like
Seconds.
Yeah. So he shoots her, and her body falls into the switch to open up the floor in the
Train car for some
because
reason.
Why would there be a?
And
Why
it's-
would that be there?
And the liquor is.
Like, who loads the train from the floor? Like, the ceiling? Sure, open the ceiling and load things down into it, but who has it opens the floor?
And the liquor is being drug underneath the train because his tongue is pierced the inside, and for some reason he catches on fire.
Friction. I guess the friction.
I guess the. Jesus Christ.
Or he touched the third rail or something. I don't know.
That's more likely,
Yeah.
I guess. But it means he's a one flammable motherfucker.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry. It's just what the movie's doing to me.
So Alice is now, everything's quiet. She's looking at Rain like, oh, poor
Oh,
Wayne.
Butt hurt that Michelle Rodriguez
I loved you
has
so
done.
much. You're my best friend, even though I only met you for like
The
I've
Alexi
known you
5
for 3 hours.
The Alexi 5000 is coming back to a.
Bombs over Baghdad. Bombs over Raccoon City, maybe. Andre 3, Alexi 5000. I don't. That's a stretch. Never mind. All right, so they
I
take
count
the
there's
case
4,
and
3, 2 seconds. One. They have very little urgency.
Very little.
Oh, I guess they're already beyond the door. Oh, they are. Okay.
So the door seals off all the hive now at the train.
Again.
They take the case. They're back up in the mansion in the dining room. And all of a sudden, Alice is feeling all woozy. I
Yeah,
don't know
why?
She just can't take it. All of her friends are dead. That's friends she never knew she had.
I had friends, apparently.
There is nothing else you could have done.
Yeah.
Operation's guilty here, not you. We finally have the proof.
You couldn't have been an evil spy. You know? I mean- Oh, dude's arm is bubbling all weird.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I got green herb that
Yeah,
didn't
it
work.
didn't
that
work on
didn't
Michelle, but
work.
it's okay, you're fine.
Don't worry, you'll be fine.
She's gonna check it, but in come the man in the hazmat suits out of
Here comes the-
nowhere.
It makes you think of fucking Back to the Future.
Yeah. They restrain Alice. They,
I am
they
Darth
take
Vader.
Matt away.
I come from the planet Vulcan. Silence,
Alice
Earthman.
fights back, kicks them all
Does some sweet spin kicks and punches.
But they say, I want him in the Nemesis Project.
Ah!
Oh, Nemesis! Oh my God! Nerd hard on for Nemesis. Even though, fuck you, movie. And Matt's wheeled away while Alice is restrained by men in suits. Which is weird because even though she's drop kicking zombies and dogs and like fight, she can't get away from like
nerds,
normal scientists
nerds.
in hazmat suits.
Yeah.
Science nerds. And they somehow knock her out and then quarantine her again. So this voice we're hearing, I think, is supposed to be William Birkin.
Hmm.
We're gonna reopen it.
That's what the team was originally sent there to do.
Yeah.
Was the
Resident Evil.
Eye opens.
Eye opens. Alice is in a white room strapped to a table, just like a piece of paper
Very
over her.
sterile looking environment. Like shit's plugged into her head.
Yeah, she's got a. Yeah, that looks painful.
I agree. I'd be pretty upset about that. I know it's for effect, but you know, there's no metal IVs anymore. I mean, yeah, to get it in, but what's inside of your body is a piece of plastic. It's not metal.
Why does her scar look fresh all of a sudden? In the entire movie, it's just been like old scar tissue, all pink and gray. Now it's like a fresh scar. Like, why? That makes zero sense.
They reinserted something. Who knows?
Who knows? You get a little pube shot there, which is, I was surprised to see that actually.
You're really looking, aren't you?
No, like you see it when she falls off the table. Like, come on, you're telling me as a dude, is a naked woman basically wearing a paper towel over her?
I honestly didn't see it. No, I wasn't looking. I was looking at all the shit that's poking out of her. I'm not, you know. Yeah, you're right. That scar it looks like it's been reopened because there's like a stream of blood coming out of it.
Now,
she's pounding on the glass.
Out and we see she's in a lab.
She's in a lab. She's under observation, but there's
no
one there.
No one there. Oh. Zombie walks across the screen.
What we assume is a zombie.
So she takes the IV, which I guess IVs can now be used as lockpicks because I guess maybe she's the master of unlocking.
Oh my God, she is. Here, take this IV because you, the master of fucking up card readers.
Yeah, how are you use an IV to hack a card reader slot? I don't know.
And sure, okay.
Yeah.
Boo. So she's got her fucking, you know, post-apocalyptic hairdo and is walking around the Umbrella Hospital unit, it looks like.
Yeah. Nuclear medicine right there in the hallway.
Yeah.
Sign that.
I guess if you have cancer, you know, Umbrella's got your back. Don't worry.
We're in the Umbrella Hospital. Empty. Of course.
Oh, she's walking out of Raccoon City Hospital. And Raccoon City Hospital
Which is a giant umbrella
apparently
symbol.
is endorsed by Umbrella.
Yeah, the whole city is now owned by Umbrella, I guess.
Yeah, there's a big Umbrella ad on the bus.
Yeah.
She's walking through
Raccoon City is just in chaos. It's destroyed. Wrecks everywhere. Fires.
The dead walk. Whore and raccoon.
And
More
there's stars
victims dead.
powerless to stop. So yeah, the dead walk is actually a reference to the original Night of the Living Dead, where they say the dead walk.
There she just happened to find the shotgun. You found the shotgun.
Yeah. And then, dude, there was one quick. The smaller headline did say stars on it, like stars was powerless to something. Cue the butt rock like indie music.
We're panning out.
Panning out the cities and just
absolute
destroy.
ruin. Total Resident Evil 2 type environment. Or Resident Evil 3, really.
Yeah, Resident Evil. Both, but yeah.
2 and 3, yeah. And I remember seeing this. I was like, oh, well, that's the movie I want to see.
Yeah, that's the movie I wanted to see.
Not this bullshit. God
there we go.
damn it.
Roll the credits. I'm pretty sure I don't think there was any kind of post-credit sequence in this movie.
No. That phenomenon hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. So I'm not going to go on. We're going to stop the movie there, obviously, and turn it off.
And good fucking ratings.
Good ratings. So that's the movie, guy. That's Resident Evil 1. But, I got some stuff to go up afterwards. So let's do some quick odds and ends here.
Just when you thought it was over, here comes the odds and ends.
That sounded weird.
Yeah,
I like
really
it.
weird.
I kind of like it. Let's keep it. I don't care what it sounds like.
That's because I guess anyway, fuck it. So ratings, IMDb gives it a 6.7 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 35% on the thermometer score, a 35% thermometer score with a 67% audience score. On Amazon gives it a 4.6 out of 5. Plot keywords, there are 248 plot keywords.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Was Michelle Rodriguez badass bitch one of them?
No.
Oh.
But we have kissing while having sex. Apparently that's a plot keyword.
That's so weird.
Yeah, from this movie. Yeah, it's so weird. We have sole black character dies cliche.
Kinda.
No, these are some weird ones here. Here we go. Sexy thighs and hot legs.
Hot legs. Someone's a Rod Stewart fan.
Or a ZZ Top. Which I just thought that was weird too. I've never seen those in all the movies. I've never seen sexy thighs and hot legs.
Yeah, that's weird.
Tubi TV for some reason. And Tubi wasn't even a thing back then, but Tubi TV is a plot keyword for this movie.
Was it on Tubi though?
It's not on Tubi. I don't think it's on Tubi because I looked.
Because you don't want to pay for this shit.
No. Red Queen, the artificial intelligence, is the plot keyword. That's fucking strange and very detailed.
So specific.
Yeah. Alice, a.k.a. Janice Prospero character. So I guess whoever, that's weird. Independent film?
Nope.
I don't think it's that independent. It was funded overseas, mostly in Europe, but I don't think this is considered to be an independent film.
No.
And at this point, I throw my hands up in the air and I completely give up trying to figure out what the fuck this is. But once again, psychotronic film.
Boo! 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 Psychotronic.
What I've done, we've had this the last 3 or 4 weeks now, and every movie has been so vastly different. And this was a big budget made what the fuck is psychotronic at this point? And why is it? It's psychotronic has become the whore of the plot keyword. It's just throwing stuff at everything at this point.
We looked it up before. We talked about it.
I don't remember what it was.
I remember I looked it up and we talked about it on one of the episodes. But all these films the last 5 weeks we've had have had psychotronic as a plot keyword.
Yeah.
House of a Thousand Cats, the one with Tiny Tim, Blood Harvest, and then fucking even House of the Dead. Those are all very distinctly different movies. Very different movies.
Yeah, that's right.
And now Resident Evil?
Yeah.
No.
So here's some trivia from things I found for the movie. I'm going to try to get through this as quick as I can. So apparently, we noticed in the movie that after they return to the laser hallway where all the bodies are first killed, when they come back the next time, the bodies have now vanished. Supposedly this is a direct reference to the games in which the bodies will vanish if you leave the area and re-enter it.
Boo.
Kaplan apparently does draw attention to this, but anyway. We already mentioned the crew had to talk about the dogs. Michelle Rodriguez had informed her agent if anyone ever wrote a script about Resident Evil that she wanted to be a part of it. So her agent put her in direct contact with Paul S. Anderson.
Cool.
And she was brought on board.
Yeah, I hope she was a fan.
Obviously, she was a fan. Then
and like we said, we dog her a lot because she is a one-trick pony. But like Marshall said earlier, she does that one trick well.
Yes.
She did not phone it in.
No. So we already talked about that. So in the sewer scenes, a lot of Paul S. Anderson or Paul W. S. Anderson, the director, is a zombie, and it's one that she punches. And apparently, she punched him in the face, giving him a black eye by mistake, obviously. And then she also ended up hurting about 3 other cast and crew members by punching them recklessly in the sewer.
Who is this?
Mila Jovovich.
Jesus, girl, learn how to pull your punches a little bit.
Yeah. So apparently the film was originally titled Resident Evil Ground Zero, but the title was changed to Resident Evil because it was after 2011, the September 11th incident, 9/11.
Yeah. And you know what? Just that simple switch of the name Resident Evil Ground Zero would honestly give me a little bit like, okay, they're laying the work. It's not going to be directly from the game. Even that simple title.
Yeah, you know what? I think about it. I know, but I could kind of see that. Like
it would give you a hint that don't get your fucking hopes up that this is going to be a direct recreation of the video game.
Yeah, I kind of see your point there, and I'd like to think I kind of feel that way too, but I may have still been like, oh, Resident Evil is going to be right. But yeah, maybe having it called Ground Zero or something to give it a little more. The distance itself from the game a bit more than
I feel like if they even called it Resident Evil Zero, it would maybe like okay.
Well, then people thought it would have been like based on the first game,
but the game wasn't out yet. Resident Evil Zero, the game wasn't out yet.
When did Resident Evil Zero come out?
I will find out.
All right, you find out why. So also originally set to star, Sarah Michelle Gellar was going to play Alice. But also Jennifer Love Hewitt and Kristen Dunst and Natasha Henstridge were also some of the actresses considered to play Jill Valentine when different scripts were being developed in the film. But all their problems was the problem they had with the level of violence and amount of nudity that was supposedly in those scripts. Now I kind of like the Jennifer Love Hewitt playing Jill Valentine. Been kind of cool to me because I love Hewitt, man. JLH. I was a big fan of her and those titties
and them knockers.
Yep, yeah. I love Jennifer.
So Resident Evil Zero came out November 12th, 2002.
So the same year this did, just a few months afterwards.
So it hasn't quite. So you think it'd be like a great tie-in?
You could have tied, yeah, but it could have been on the same page. Most people know this one, but I'll say anyway. The reason Mila Jovovich did the movie in the first place is because her brother was a huge fan of the video game, so she did it for her brother. That's pretty well documented. But
you hear about actors and actresses doing that. It's like, oh, my kids love Lord of the Rings, so I said, sure, I guess I'll do it. It's like, really? You know?
Yeah.
It's so weird to hear about these family
fine.
members who were like convincing them to do these epic roles.
Supposedly, we see this one talks about the one at the end of the movie, but we did it twice. One at the beginning, one at the end. But apparently, again, the shot of the close up of Alice's eye is also supposed to be a reference to the first game, where you can get the close up of the zombie eye on the title screen, or the eye. That's what that's supposed to be. The presidents of Capcom Japan and America, and Capcom America also have cameos as zombies in the movie. So the presidents of Capcom are in this.
Cool.
Mila Jovovich's character named Alice is never actually spoken in the movie and only revealed in the end credits. I already mentioned director Paul Anderson and Mila got engaged and married the year after this. So apparently the White Queen was slated to appear in the film, but was exercised from the screenplay. She was supposed to be the main artificial intelligence in the Umbrella headquarters, monitoring the hive. After the incident in the beginning, the White Queen would jam the systems of the Red Queen, providing an explanation as to why the soldiers entered the hive so easily, since the Red Queen's defenses were dysfunctional at the time. But obviously that didn't get
White
in. And
Queen, Red Queen.
Very Alice in Wonderland, very shitty. So the successful opening weekend of this movie sparked a frenzy in U.S. studios eager to capitalize on interest in video games. So right after this, titles like Doom, Silent Hill, and Max Payne were all snapped up by the film studios.
The Silent Hill game movies weren't too bad.
I actually enjoyed them. Yeah. I had problems with the first one a bit, the ending mostly, but I enjoyed the hell out of the second one.
They were
so much more, but they were so much more true to the game material. Yeah, admire some of the characters obviously in the first one, but the second one for sure was much more straight from the game.
Did you see Max Payne?
I think I did see
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, I think I saw, but I don't remember much about it.
I heard people say it was good.
I played the game like once. I don't remember much about the game.
The game was okay.
And then of course Doom with The Rock and all that. That was a shit movie though. But I love The Rock. But goddamn,
but he was like the bad guy. He was like the Marine who's like, fuck all you, and like he like double crosses him and he gets killed.
So the pair for the roles, all the actors like Mila Jovovich, Eric Malbus, and the rest of them like all spent a week of commando training with former Navy SEAL James Butler. Now this I found interesting. George A. Romero was actually originally attached to write and direct this movie. That would have been awesome, but he left the project in 1999 due to creative differences over the script. In his script, Jill Valentine was set to be the lead character. The project was dormant for over a year before Paul Anderson signed on to write and direct. Anderson later claimed that he had once locked himself inside the apartment for 4 weeks while playing the first 3 Resident Evil games back to back, and became so obsessed with them that he contacted his producer Jeremy Bolt, telling him that they had to make this series into a movie.
And I'm not going to use anything from the game.
Yeah, even though I'm obsessed with it, I love it, but I'm not. That makes me even more angry. You played the fucking games, Anderson, supposedly, and you still churn out this shit.
I bet you he didn't. I bet you he fucking didn't. What a piece of shit asshole, considering you have George Romero, the guy who basically gave birth to fucking zombies, writing this, and wants Jill Valentine in the fucking game.
Actual main character of the game, yeah.
Fuck this guy.
Yeah, I agree. Like, that just made me even angrier than I already am at this movie.
Punch something.
Now, David Boreanaz, who was originally supposed to play Matt, the guy who turns into Nemesis, but he turned it down to go back to work on his TV show Angel.
it's because Buffy wasn't going to be sex. Yeah. If he had Sarah Michelle Gellar as Alice and fucking Angel as Matt, that would have been hilarious.
There were 2 full-scale liquors made for the movie. One was more detailed than the other and was capable of many movements, like the jaw moving and lips could open apart, tongue could extend. The other was used for wider shots where the whole body would be seen. And on set, the liquor was nicknamed Clint.
Too bad they didn't use him.
Yeah, it was all CG.
Or use them very well.
So, and also supposedly before the team entered the hive, you see them set the bomb. They set the bomb like 2 hours and 48 minutes or something like that. Well, supposedly this is also reverse to the video game because in order to unlock most of the bonuses, you have to beat the game in under 3 hours. So if that's true, that's kind of a fun little Easter egg. But I do remember unlocking, like if you had beat it under a certain amount of time, you got better ratings, and you maybe unlock like certain guns, like costumes or infinite ammo or something like that. And here's the connections to Alice in Wonderland and all this shit. So the main character named Alice, obviously the computer's the Red Queen. The Red Queen needs to kill someone who is infected. And then the first kill we see in the movie really is the elevator off with her head. Alice in Wonderland, there's the paperweight that Alice kills with. The white rabbit used to test the T virus is in there. To enter the hive, they go through a mirrored door, so they go through a looking glass. The Red Queen also succeeds in cutting off her head. The medic in the laser gets her head cut off in the laser hallway. Kaplan is always worried about time, just as the White Rabbit is. And Matt is sitting on the edge when Rain and JD hear the first zombie. This is mentioned in commentary reference to the caterpillar sitting on the toadstool thing. So that's all your Alice in Wonderland, which is a weird thing to try to link into this movie. Like, I don't understand why with all the Alice in Wonderland references I don't understand that because it doesn't really make sense to me.
It had nothing to do with the game.
No.
God damn it.
So that's it. That's all the trivia I had. But now we get to move on to the budget game.
Are we gonna?
They spent how much? The budget game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have it. We're gonna do it real quick.
All right.
See what you got.
Major blockbuster.
Well, major studio, we'll say. Big theatrical release. It was advertised all over the place. Everybody knew about it. Big.
Yeah.
Big
20 mil.
20 mil. All right. Well, you came in under budget. You came in under budget.
Wow.
Yeah. Budget for this movie was $33 million.
Huh.
So.
I mean, I'd say I lost, but not by much.
Not by much, but I can't give you the win on that one. Opening weekend. You want to guess how much it made on opening weekend?
20 mil.
Actually, you're much closer on that.
Okay.
Opening weekend made $17,707,106.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that win, pal.
All right.
Wow.
Okay, now here's how much it made in America. Gross in America, and then I have gross worldwide too.
I'm gonna say $100 million in America, worldwide. 400 million.
400 million. Okay, Jesus Christ, you think 4? All right, so first, we hit gross in America. You said 100 million.
Now you give me sound effects.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Gross in America was 40 million, 119.
Oh, because word spread. Everyone who saw it the first opening weekend, who made almost half of it, just don't fucking see this movie.
And gross worldwide, you said 400 million. Gross worldwide had was your first 102,984,862. When this film debuted, it had the largest opening weekend for a European financed film, though. So it did set a record for that, for a movie that was financed mostly in Europe.
It seemed like a lot of people wanted to see it, and once they saw it, they're like,
I think that's exactly the case. I think all our gamers and all the people were like, excited, this is gonna be great, and then exactly it sucked, word of mouth spread, and it started falling out after that. All right, so we'll wrap this up with our Mortal Kombat combat.
At the end of this day, one shall stand, one shall fall.
Good versus bad. Right versus wrong. Light versus dark. In the end, when the dust settles, who will be left standing after Mortal Kombat combat?
All right, so Mortal Kombat combat. This is probably, I think this is the most reviewed movie we've ever done on this show, because there are a total of 4,345 total reviews on Amazon for this movie.
wow.
And I had to read every single fucking one of them to get through this.
Oh, did you?
No, fuck no, I didn't.
I was about to say,
Goddamn.
really?
No.
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 You put in that much work?
No. 76% of those are 5 stars, with only 2% being 1 star. Fuck these guys.
Oh, how many stars? 1 star.
Stars. Well done. Well done on that. This film is included on film critic Roger Ebert's most hated list, though, however.
I don't agree with that guy often, but yeah, I'm starting to. I see his point there.
So 5 stars from Bradley. I'm a fan of the original franchise. I saw it in theaters. I bought my first DVD player just to watch it when it came out on DVD. It's an amazing thriller movie. Before you ask, no, I will not buy any of the other movies. Those are just action flicks, no suspense. 5 stars.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Xenobuff. From the time Alice wakes with her memories in the shower in the mansion complex above the hive to the point where she first met Rain, the badass army-like person played by Michelle Rodriguez. But it's Alice who shines as a hero throughout the film, played skillfully by Mila Jovovich, who led a ragtag group of people through the maze of the hive and out to spite zombies trying to eat them. The Red Queen, a mean computer in control of the hive, trying to kill them with death traps like killer laser traps. DNA altered freak zombie trying to kill you, anything but the kitchen sink, and end score Alice wins, zombies lose, or do they? ? Xenobuff, what are you smoking trying to write that? That's the most convoluted.
It's like Alice is the lead. She leads a ragtag group.
They're not ragtag.
They're fucking mercenaries.
That's not ragtag.
And they drag her down there.
The Bad News Bears and Mighty Ducks
Yes.
are ragtag.
Yes.
These guys are fucking like
Trained killers.
Commandos. Yeah, not ragtag. And this is like this is the weirdest review because like she's writing one sentence, but then like she's in the middle of that sentence before she completes her thought, she moves on to like the next point she's making. Like, none of this is like thought out probably. Like it doesn't end right. It just moves on to the next point. It's the weirdest written review. It's not funny. From The Peanut. By far the best zombie movie. This was the first zombie movie I ever watched. Oh, Peanuts. What's wrong with you? This first movie I ever watched and continues to be my number 1 favorite. The second is Dawn of the Dead. But this movie actually made me jump a few times the first time I watched it. So this person says that this is a better movie than Dawn of the Dead. Now, it doesn't say which version, but honestly, either version of Dawn of the Dead is miles better than this movie.
Totally agree. And, you know, some people, this might be their very first zombie movie, depending on how old they are or just what exposure they get. So I get it, but it's not nearly as good.
Yeah, you say my second is Dawn of the Dead. You should say that should be your first. I don't know.
I mean, it's fine. If that's your first zombie movie, cool.
Actually, it would have to be the original because depending on when this review is written, I don't want to, because Dawn of the Dead came out until like 2004 or 5 or something like that. Because I remember I was in the Army when that came out.
I watched the shit out of that movie.
I remember watching that in the theater on like one of my weekends off.
That was like one of my go-to movies when I first got an apartment by myself. I love that apartment by myself. That was a great apartment. I remember you almost died.
Yep. That's a story for another time.
I feel like it's a story for a couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago, yeah, we should have told that on our St. Patty's Day episode. Melissa and Josh, a duel. They write, this is the first actual scary movie, all caps and bold there, I have seen in a long time. This is the first movie to actually make me jump more than once and not at some lame effect. This is one of the best movies I've ever seen in my entire movie viewing history, and I would have to rate it 6 stars if I could. Fuck you, Melissa and Josh. Daniel Fitzwilliam, the best video game-based movie next to Tomb Raider. Resident Evil is one of those few movies based on a video game that actually looks good, not unbelievably fake, and actually resembles the game it's based on quite well, unlike such failures as Final Fantasy, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, Super Mario Brothers, Street Fighter, and Double Dragon. 5 stars.
I mean, well, don't get me wrong, he's right about all those other ones, but
yeah.
God, this just falls right in the same fucking category.
I didn't know they made a live-action Final Fantasy.
They made like a CGI.
I know they make Final Fantasy VII Advent Children was a CGI movie. That was pretty entertaining, but I don't remember another Final Fantasy.
It like starred Alec Baldwin. He was the voice of somebody. He was a voice of. It was a Final Fantasy. I didn't even see it.
Was it Final Fantasy VII though?
I have no idea.
Because it was Advent Children. I had that. That was good. But all the other ones were live action movies. That's why it's weird to throw Final Fantasy in there.
I don't think it was live action. No. It wasn't live action.
No, I'm saying all the other ones he lists here are live action, except for Final. Anyway, from WBY, then I got
BYOB.
Yeah, WBY. Sitting in the movie theater watching this with my teenage son, I found my stomach quite tense / nervous. Something it hasn't felt in a while. Last time was when Alien first came out. The first time was when they handed me a barf bag for the premiere of Night of the Living Dead back in '68. The movie takes off like a rocket and doesn't stop till the end, and that's when you suddenly realize the ride is almost over and you start wishing for more. After years of hunching over our CRT, killing zombies and other dead maniacs, finally, someone in the last decade has made a decent kill the dead thing flick. 5 stars. Weird. These last 3 are real quick. RHM, I just got bored with it quickly. The Japanese do this genre of movie much better. 5 stars. How's that a 5-star review? Makes no sense. But doesn't work. This was wrote on May of 2020. So very recent. Had to watch this movie again. Seems a little too familiar lately. 5 stars. And lastly, from Bobby Boomstick, it's Resident Evil. Of course it's 5 stars. And that's what I felt when at one point in my time, like, it's Resident Evil, so I have to like it.
Buy it, yeah.
But at the same time, it sucks.
And you know what? You make a good point. I wanted to like this.
Yes.
I
think I tried tricking myself into saying it's a good movie. I can like it.
Really wanted to like this, but I mean, I just couldn't. I couldn't get over it. Yeah. I just couldn't there's the groupthink wasn't going to affect me. I'm just like, fuck no, I cannot stand this goddamn farce of a Resident Evil movie.
Yeah. And that's what these other people say. The 1 stars from Robert H. Video games have little, if any, dialogue, simplistic storylines, and even simpler characters with 0 drama. So how good can a movie based on a video game be? 1 star. And I will give him credit. A lot of video games in the past were like that, but not. This must be an overview because many games now are incredible storylines and character art.
Very rich.
Oh my God, they're better than most movies sometimes. Jesus, I mean, play Last of Us, Mass Effect, Dragon Age. Some of these games are just incredible characters and story arcs. It's amazing. I've cried at video games before because of this.
I cried a lot of stuff. I cried tampon commercials. I have never cried at a video game yet.
You don't play the same ones I do.
Nope, but I watch a lot of tampon commercials.
From JK, it starts a ridiculous waste of time. Would imagine the video game is the same. 1 star. Thomas Jones just writes, it's slow and contrived. 1 star. Dennis Y. Pagan, or Pagan, I don't know. In one word, horrible. I mean, the storyline was weak, and I can't believe Capcom let them release this garbage. The acting, don't get me started, and the constant long pauses put me to sleep. 1 star.
Not only did Capcom say go ahead and release it, they also will put some of our execs in the movie.
Yeah. Patricia Laverty, the worst movie ever. It lacks story, plot development, and coherence. It's pointless. You could care less if any of these characters live or die. Plus, it went to such lofty video game idea for a movie. They should have just stuck with horror master George Dawn of the Dead Romero. And the supposed payoff ending is the most awful CGI I've ever seen in a movie history. What's supposed to be a completely menacing liquor ends up being a joke. I've seen scarier stuff on a Teletubbies episode. This DVD would make a better drink coaster. 1 star.
I mean, it's not the worst CGI.
No, it's not that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
I mean, it's
Come on.
dated now, but for 2002, it wasn't terrible.
Fine. Yeah.
From one word, lame, shallow, and dumb are just a few of the words I'd mentioned to describe this movie. This movie is basically a bunch of special effects strung together by a shallow storyline that really does not end with any real resolution other than to look out for part 2. If you want a real thrill, get yourself the game and start playing. You'll get 10 times the substance and all of your money's worth. 1 star.
Bingo.
And lastly, from Amazon customer, if you're a diehard fan of horror, these movies aren't for you. But if you're a diehard fan of good films, then these movies aren't for you. It's garbage and the idea that only leads you to question how it turned into a series. 1 star. And that's that.
Now, I'm curious.
All right.
I watched the second Resident Evil movie, Apocalypse, after
Yes.
this because the cliffhanger was basically,
Resident
well,
Evil
that's
2.
the movie I want to see,
Yes.
and so I watched it. And I think I was in theaters.
I think I saw it in theaters too.
Yeah, I saw it in
I
theaters.
think we might have seen it together.
I think so too. Yeah, come to think of it, I think we did. And I was like, it was better. I wasn't happy with it, but I was like, it was better.
Yeah.
They made an attempt.
It was like, I agree. It was better. I wasn't here, but it's like the first one was a turd. This one was a turd. They put some glitter on or something like that. It's just it was a little better.
And then I just stopped. I just gave up. And then there was like 5 more movies that came out.
Yeah, I started getting out there.
How many of them have you seen?
I've seen multiple of them, but they are.
Have you seen them all?
I don't know. And some of, I don't remember all of them, and some are really
so many of them,
and some of them are blurring together. Like I remember seeing this one, and I remember at this point, this is where I started getting all really out of it. Because like when they started turning, like Alice was like infected with the T virus all along, and she's like some kind of mutant, like super soldier, hybrid
yeah.
super soldier thing. I'm like, oh fuck you guys. That's where I was like, okay, I'm done. Because I could say, because when they finally introduced Jill Valentine, I was like, okay, finally. But Jill was such an afterthought in that movie, and then she was just gone. But then, like, I don't know if it was 3 or, but when there's one, they're in the desert or something.
Yeah,
I remember watching that one.
Yeah,
I think that's where that Chris was in that one. But again, it's just they're like afterthought characters. Like, well, we have a guy named Chris Redfield. He's kind of here. He'll be in the movie, but he really doesn't do anything. And he's not. There's no. It's just a guy named Chris Redfield. But he's not really like. I don't feel like he's the Chris Redfield from the games. Like his storyline, his character don't.
Yeah, I saw 1, 2, and then you're right. I saw the desert one, and I think that's the one that might have been the third one, and that's the one that broke me. I'm like, fuck this.
And then
movie.
there's one where like they finally introduced Wesker in like Japan or something like that. He's in a bunker in Japan or something, and the virus is Japan now or something. It's weird. And then I think there was one. Where they're on like an old rusted out like Navy ship, like, and they're flying like World War II planes around or something. It's really fucking weird.
Christ.
And I don't remember which one's which. They all blur together. And they all fucking suck. But I kept watching because like, well, I'm not at the point. Like, let's see how more fucked up they can make this. How much more can they ruin this series, and how stupid can they get? That's why I started watching.
Well, they did a great fucking job.
They took something that was precious to us and just shit all over it.
So
like, ruined it.
I got exposure back to the Resident Evil movies when I was working in the psych ward. And in the milieu, the common area, we have one TV. People can, you have to choose what to watch. I was always against this because everyone always turned on like USA or TBS, and there was always like a violent movie on. We got a bunch of fucking mental patients. Don't watch a fucking violent movie. I always hated that. Anyway, one time, fucking Resident Evil, whatever, was on, and it shows Wesker in this like sterile white room, and Cerberus dogs whose faces opened up were fighting Milla Jovovich, and she's like doing fucking spin kicks and crap, and Wesker's running around. I'm like, fucking Resident Evil. And all the mental patients are like, yeah. So I'm just like, okay, the crazy people love this.
What's that say?
This movie.
What's that say? So I mean, they just continue to get more insane and like. Yes, they had. I think at one point there was a Rebecca Chambers character. They brought in Chris Redfield, but it's like they're just naming people, using names from the game, but they don't had like nothing to do with like the story. Like none of it makes sense. I don't think they ever introduced a Leon. I could be wrong, but I don't think Leon was ever there.
I worked in a psych ward
they
for
had
3
Wesker,
years.
but yeah, pretty crazy. Kind of loved it.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
So anyway, obviously, guys, that's where we're at. We had the watch along. I don't know if we really want to, like, we're not doing so bad, good, so bad, scary, but I mean, obviously you kind of get our opinions. This movie just fucking ripped our hearts out when we saw it, and it just still stings.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like when the Marvel, like the early comic book movies, like, oh, comic book characters, yeah, this is great, and then they
The
turn
Captain America movie,
the very
the
first
Punisher
Captain
movie.
Yeah, it's like, oh, they're taking away things we loved so much as childhood, and it just like ruined them so bad. They're just like, God damn it, it just breaks your heart, and it leaves a scar, makes it very hard to overcome. And I'm hoping
it felt like there was hope because X-Men came out in 2000, I think, and that wasn't bad. That was pretty good.
Yeah, and that gave it hope. Like, okay, maybe something from my child can be done right. Well, actually, was X-Men first? Yeah, X-Men was first. Then Spider-Man came out.
Yeah,
and Spider-Man really took it to the next level. That first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire just launched is really what I would say X-Men, because I think if it was for X-Men, Spider-Man might not have gotten done. But Spider-Man is the one that really launched the comic book movie back into the stratosphere where it is now today. So I'm like, thank God. See, it can be done right. It can be done properly.
And Resident Evil came out, and like, all right, here we go.
Yeah. No. No. Fuck it all up. Again, like, if this movie let's look at it from, like, if this wasn't called Resident Evil, if this was just another weird zombie action movie, would it still be this bad? Would we still hate it for what it is?
Yes.
Or would it be like,
it's just sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the whole.
I can't be like, I don't know if I'd like, even if it was just like, something.
The whole reason it has any sort of foundation is because of the game, and you talk about like, because if we watched this, if it wasn't called Resident Evil, and they had the, you already had an idea of the infrastructure that was built into it, and that there was a group called Umbrella doing all this stuff, you wouldn't buy it. You'd be like, what the fuck, you don't have that layer there for you.
I don't know. You could see by, because I mean, a lot of something the zombie movies, the virus or whatever always comes from somewhere. A lot, it comes from somewhere. Why not corporation doing? But it's still not a good movie overall. There's still a lot of people like the plot, story development. It's really not there, and it just made it worse that they try to snap on. I wish they was like, if they just done a shot by shot remake of the first game, which I think was probably what more Romero was probably do. It would have been great. But then, and the fact that they're taking things that aren't even in the first, it's Resident Evil, and they're taking things from part 2 and make some things from part 3 even, and like put it in the first movie. Like, what? No, like this shouldn't be here yet. And the things that should be there, you're ignoring, and like just, I almost wish, I kind of agree. If it was like Resident Evil Ground Zero, just make it its own. Like, kind of in a weird way, like what the Walking Dead TV show did to the comics, where it is Walking Dead, but it's not a shot of the comic. It's Walking Dead TV universe, and then the Walking Dead comic universe. Like, if that was going to be the thing, explain it that way, maybe obviously my expectations would have been as high. Yeah, could have been different. But going into it, all it was Resident Evil. We're thinking it's going to be.
But you still got to pay homage to the universe that created it, because even the TV Walking Dead universe has all the characters. Yes. They might kill them out of order here and there. But at the end of the day, those characters aren't going to be around.
They add one or two that aren't in the
comic. Sure.
And I get it. But yeah, except you Resident Evil, there's no Jill Valentine, no Chris Redfield, none of them in the first movie at all.
So what are your characters in the video game? It's Chris, Jill, and the fucking mansion. Yeah. That's a character. I'm sorry, but it is.
Yeah, it is. 100% it is. The environment's the character.
So there's your 3 major characters.
Well, you could argue Barry and Wesker.
Yeah, I get it. But I mean, let's just give me 3.
Okay.
Jill, Chris, mansion. Gotcha. Those are your main characters.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
And you don't use any of them. None of them. You kind of give a cock tease to the mansion, but that's it.
I know, that's my biggest problem. It's like the mansion should have been like the focal point. It should have been, and then a little bit like they should have been fighting zombies. Like, how we get down the highway of this mansion, and it's solving the puzzle. They have some wacky way to find more the big other parts of the mansion and get you down into the hive or the labs or something. But something, and like the characters, like none of them are there. It's like, why even do this? And why is Alice like something like a super soldier?
Why even have Alice?
Yeah. Why couldn't it have been Jill Valentine? They could have made her just call her Jill. Like, she could have been Jill. Okay, Jill's a super soldier now or something, but maybe again, the movie universe and game universe are slightly different. But at least have Jill or even call one of them.
Enrico,
or like the guys that come, the commanders that come crashing through the window, like
Enrico, Brad,
Steve, or like none of them are Hunk either, and they fucking look like that is Hunk from the game.
Yes.
Black tactical suit gas. It's fucking Hunk, and they don't even call him that. Like even if they don't want to have Hunk in the movie yet, because they're gonna kill them all, it would be nice just to have like the black guy on the words like copy Hunk. Just say the name.
Yes.
Like, Hunk's on the other side of the radio.
Yes.
He hasn't come in yet. He's like the badass that
Have
comes
you secured the target? Copy that, Hunk.
Yeah,
something like
just
that. Yeah.
something like that. I'm like, okay, but no. It's one of the biggest disappointments of my life.
That's why I don't think that asshole actually played the games. And if he did, fuck him. He didn't do a goddamn fucking piece of work to give it.
I agree. I kind of think maybe he did play games.
I'm
if he
obsessed
did,
with it and locked myself in my apartment for 4 weeks playing
4
the
days.
games.
But yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah, and this is what he got from those. Like, fuck you, man.
4 days? Okay, guess what? I could play, a couple of games. Like, I can play 1, 2, and 3 over 4 days, and I'm not gonna be really scratching the surface. Really, you're not gonna be getting that deep because you start asking weird questions over the years that we've played the games.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah, it's just such a disappointment. So obviously, guys, you know where we stand in this movie. We don't like it. We don't, you guys, if you haven't seen it, draw your own conclusion. But I'm pretty sure most people by now have seen this movie, or at least some version of one of the
Fucked
sequels.
versions of it.
Yeah.
Man, I'm in a bad
I'm
mood.
hoping. I really hope that. I think I've heard maybe they're redoing it.
No, it's coming out. It's coming out this year.
Like, I don't know if it's a complete, like, if it's like its own series. I know there's the Netflix teen thing where it's like Wesker's kid. It's like basically gonna be like a Riverdale teen soap opera.
There's gonna be
bullshit.
a Resident Evil TV show on
Yeah.
Netflix, and there's gonna be a Resident Evil movie coming out in September.
Okay.
And the Resident Evil movie is supposed to be it's supposed to pay homage, like really be what the game was supposed to be, or the original movie was supposed to be.
I hope so. It does give me hope because now we've seen like other remakes, like look at some of the Marvel movies now. Like they taking some like old stuff and they like, hey, we fucked that's now we're gonna do it right. We're gonna do it this way and it gets better. However, you say that, how many times they rebooted the goddamn Fantastic Four and each one of them have fucking sucked. So I don't know. I hope they'll be better.
I thought the Silver Surfer Fantastic Four was the best one.
Probably, but that's still
bad.
Still bad. But I mean, look at the 2015 one. That was That was just.
I didn't even see it.
I didn't
even watch it.
Fucking garbage dumpster fire.
I saw the writing on the wall when the thing didn't have fucking underwear on. I see his rock dong flopping around. I'm like, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, and they made Human Torch black. That was a weird.
I don't care. That
was
fine.
a weird choice.
That's not a big deal.
Well, it is when he's they're brother and sister.
Have you heard of a blended family? Come on, man.
All right. Anyway,
it's 21st century. Get over it. It's fine. It's
whatever.
No big deal.
Anyway, it sucked.
But Rock Dong, I can't handle.
You can't handle Rock Dong. So yeah, I hope the remake or whatever they're doing will get back to its roots and maybe be my palate cleanser. Wash the existence of these out of my mind and start something new for the Resident Evil franchise. That's my hope. Anyway, we'll wrap this up. I believe because if you're not getting enough Resident Evil, after this we are going to actually be recording our bonus content where we're actually going to be talking about the video games. Nope, Aaron's showing me no. So that will have to wait till later, unfortunately. But we are getting to it, guys. We are getting to that. We promise. Something we both really want to do.
Yes, we are. I wouldn't mind recording it tonight, but I've got to get back to my loving wife and daughter. Family stuff is happening. I got to help out with.
All right. So, but it will come, guys. I promise you, it will come. So hang tight. Thanks for joining us, guys. You know what to do in the meantime until we come back. I will say, I forgot to mention at the top of the show, our April schedule is going to be a little hectic. There's a lot of stuff going on and real life stuff going on for us this April, so our schedule is going to be
getting married.
Yeah, I have my wedding.
Somebody's getting married.
I have
somebody's getting married. It's from Muppets.
Gotcha. I was like, I don't know. I have my rescheduled wedding finally happening at the end of the month, and then the weekend before that we have the rehearsal, and then we have a bachelor party this weekend, and then there's Easter. So this month is all sorts of wacky. So we are going to still be producing content. It's just going to be on a weird schedule. But so in the meantime, guys, you know what to do. Watch more horror movies, and remember to always keep it tight.